Hey, this is Lost in Seattle, episode 20. We've hit a milestone. We're supposed to be popping bottles this morning, but this Negro is drinking tea. I'm like Bernie Mac from How to Be a Player. I don't want no damn tea.
I don't want no tea.
But we dropping off a care package for you today. We got a lot of stories we got to get out.
A lot of stuff going on. I don't even know where we start from. We got to touch. We're not going to go into it. We're going to touch on the biggest story the last 3-4 days. The Polight situation. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The conscious community, a lot of them came to his defense.
Yeah,
I didn't watch a lot of it. I just,
they were going at Tasha K.
Yeah, and she said she get a grain of information on them.
She flaming them.
She said, I don't care if you got 1,000 subscribers.
8,000 subscribers, I'm getting you. But anyway, that's below us.
Yeah. Somebody was like, man, yeah, it's not real. It's not really real news.
It's not really real news for us because we generally don't report that type of stuff. But
we don't talk about it.
We talk about it, but when it is directed towards the black community, we do speak about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Our channel is based on speaking about things that affect the black community. We have to talk about that situation.
And by the way, this is the earliest we've ever got up to do a video.
Man, you know what? I think we might have to start recording this a day before. I think a lot of people are like, of course you should, but we might have to try to record this the day before because this probably we want this video out or these episodes out by like 11 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon.
Or at least by 4, but it don't get up till
about 7 to 8.
Maybe 11 o'clock at night. So
we might try to do this the day before.
And
the reason why I want to wait to the day of, because I want to be able to, if something happened that relates to something we're talking about, we can get the information, in real time. But
next week should be normal. Work has met my demands. It's so scarce out here that they offering $20 to be to bag groceries.
Damn.
Yeah, Safeway down the street is offering $20 to be a grocery bagger. So,
well, damn. Well, hey, get your money, man. Get your money. But okay, so like I said, the Polight situation, the story came out, and I didn't watch the whole Tasha K video.
Oh, and I don't work at Safeway, by the way.
Oh yeah, because they're gonna blink that up. Like, oh, he works.
I'm just pointing out how bad they give you what you want if they get offering $20 for
definitely gonna say you work at Safeway.
This nigga said he was corporate.
Oh, now they're saying you're denying it. Oh, it's already too late. You already signed a contract, bub. But yeah, the Polight situation happened. I didn't even watch the whole video of. Did she do a second video on it? Or
she did a second video on it. She went into a little bit more detail. She talked about like the part that got out was Polight's when he said he took the little girl to the hotel because he was trying to resolve some, between mother and daughter. But the mother side was that's a lie. The daughter wanted to go downstairs to eat. She didn't want the daughter to go downstairs to eat, and then he somehow convinced her to go to the club. Oh, the club is closed. And he somehow convinced her to go to a hotel they weren't staying at. So
it don't make sense.
They don't make sense at all.
We don't know what happened, but that story don't make sense. Didn't you say that she said she was very protective of her daughter?
She said she's very protective of her daughter. She took her daughter wherever she went. They was traveling on the road, and she had a daughter with her. So
we're going to leave that alone because that don't make sense.
We're going to leave that alone.
Wait till more information
More information will be revealed. That's why we have channels that wait months.
Yeah, months.
Before they talk about stuff. So
we'll wait and see.
But we didn't give no...
when we did our video, we didn't speak on it directly. We spoke on his history and who he is. That's why we named the video Who is Polight.
Yeah.
Who is he? But yeah. But anyway, let's get to probably the biggest story in the world right now, which is the Afghanistan.
The Afghan.
Or
Taliban.
Yeah, Taliban. United States.
Had their hand they have their hand in every damn pot.
Every last pot. The United States made a decision. Hold up. Oh, wrong thing.
Oh. Frankie Beverly.
Yeah. United States made a decision to leave the Afghan people. And
which is not a
well, they had no business.
Which they had no business in that country, but like you said, we've now had a switch where the conservatives who were saying months ago how we need to get out of there.
Now they're saying, hey, you didn't leave correctly and all that.
And now they're saying Biden didn't do it like Trump did it because Trump, he didn't pull everybody out. He left a few thousand there.
2,500.
To make sure it stays stable. which is not a bad thing. But you need to get out of those people's country, though.
You would think people would be celebrating, but because the media, look, both sides of the one media, the conservative or liberal, they are pro-war. They none of them support,
especially the Democratic Party.
A lot of them are. Look at their commercials, Raytheon and all that. None of them support
crookery.
None of them support leaving a war.
Putin said if Hillary get in the office, we going to war. He already knew it.
Remember that? He literally said that. She said that she was going, because there was a no-fly zone. She said we will be flying in the area.
And he said if Hillary gets elected, I'm telling the American people, I'm telling the world, we're going to war.
Yeah, Hillary, they had beef for a long time with them. Let's just watch the video of
They
Biden.
Probably first cousins.
Probably. We joking, but they probably are. Let's go ahead and watch what Biden had to say about the very strong criticism from both sides about leaving Afghanistan.
We went to Afghanistan almost 20 years ago with clear goals. Get those who attacked us on September 11th, 2001, and make sure al-Qaeda could not use Afghanistan as a base from which to attack us again. We did that. We severely degraded al-Qaeda in Afghanistan. We never gave up the hunt for Osama bin Laden, and we got him. That was a decade ago. Our mission in Afghanistan was never supposed to have been nation building. It was never supposed to be creating a unified, centralized democracy. Our only vital national interest in Afghanistan remains today what it has always been: preventing a terrorist attack on America's homeland. I stand squarely behind my decision. After 20 years, I've learned the hard way that there was never a good time to withdraw U.S. forces. The truth is, this did unfold more quickly than we had anticipated. So what's happened? Afghanistan political leaders gave up and fled the country. The Afghan military collapsed, sometime without trying to fight. If anything, the developments of the past week reinforced that ending U.S. military involvement in Afghanistan now was the right decision. American troops cannot and should not be fighting in a war and dying in a war that Afghan forces are not willing to fight for themselves. As we carry out this departure, we have made it clear to the Taliban, if they attack our personnel or disrupt our operation, the U.S. presence will be swift and the response will be swift and forceful. We will defend our people with
I mean, was it bad what he said?
Well, on one hand, like I said, he should be get out of their country.
Yeah, that's true.
But on the other hand, he did. You're not supposed to just when you're in a country that long and you become the cops of the country.
You become the cops of the country, and you also have westernized the citizens that live there.
Yep.
And now there's people who have not been westernized. Now they're coming back to put their people under their leadership and make them behave how they want them to behave now.
Yeah, that's the front story, though.
Yeah, that's the main story.
That's the story they're saying is happening. So what they're saying is that the military is leaving, and the citizens are like, no, don't leave us. You had one woman said that she's an engineer or some type of into tech or something. She's like, I'm gonna have to quit my job and go home, and I'm not gonna be allowed to work as a woman in this country underneath the Taliban. It's like,
have some babies. How horrible is that?
Well, hold on. Now let's be honest. Those countries, those what they call Middle East or really Asia, Central Asia countries, they are very very tough on the women out there. I wouldn't say that it's just having kids. I would simplify it that much. I think
they have a certain standard and behavior that they want their women to operate by, right?
I guess you could say that.
Okay, ain't that what black men in America are starting to demand and ask for?
Well, no, they go further. They make.
I know they go way further, but they want a different standard.
Well, yeah, but the story.
They just asking them to just not. Here, we just asking them to not wear weaves and get a better attitude and get fit. And the women over there, like, y'all don't understand. We have to cover up everything. No ass, nothing showing.
Yeah. But yeah, they're painting it as, you know, these Taliban guys, they've been pushed off and held off by the United States military, and now the military is leaving. And look, they're coming back. I don't think that's what's happening, personally.
What do you think is happening?
Let me just show this video right quick of the chaos ensuing.
Why do they want chaos to come so they could be what? They could be the savior again.
Let's see.
Kandahar Airport Airport namni Commandani Academy Headquarter Razakina. Start!
Okay.
Who the hell exercises with that shit on, man?
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, so this is what the media's been putting out there.
Listen, great acting.
I'm not gonna say none of this is real.
I'm not gonna say none of it is real, but some of this looks staged. We cannot
The
deny
plane part.
The
Now,
plane part looks staged.
There was a video that I decided not to add to that, which was them falling from the plane. You can literally see them flying to the air.
Look at this guy right here. He's like, we out here.
Yeah.
Getting this money.
They said that these people were scared and were trying to stop them from leaving, get on the plane and leave with them. Well, why are they jogging beside the plane smiling?
They're jogging and smiling. They're not like, ah. And mind you, they're all men.
Yeah.
Where the damn women at?
So now, you know, they said also that outside of because this is called, I think it's called Kabul Airport, there's a what they call it, not a border, I guess you call it a border, like a check.
Okay.
A check stop.
Check.
And do you have to, there's American citizens stuck in the country. Then it said something like 10,000 American citizens.
I thought they said 40,000 are stuck there.
You're right. I'm sorry. 40,000 American citizens allegedly.
And
they're
US
stuck
left
there.
them.
There's borders and checkpoints that, well, you try to go, you have to pay. I think it's $150, $200, $300.
That's extortion, ain't it?
The people are getting bread off of the Americans who are trying to get out of there. And the United States just said, we're not coming back right now.
I thought they never leave one behind.
If you can't get to, they said, if you cannot get to the airport, we can't do nothing for you. If you're in deep into the land, you got to get to the airport.
Well, why are you leaving now?
Well, that's the problem. This is why it's such a crazy situation. Why the hell wouldn't you, as the president, as a military, inform the people there, hey, in 2 weeks we're leaving, in a month we're leaving?
That's what them Jews do.
You don't wait until, now maybe they did tell them, we just don't know, but you don't wait until the week of and say, hey, we're leaving Saturday.
Allegedly, September 11th, the Jewish called their people in America and said, don't go to work.
Oh yeah, at the towers.
They said, don't go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, that's, you can look that
don't
story up.
Don't ask no questions.
They look that story up. There's a lot of people who didn't show up to work
Allegedly.
that day. They didn't show up to work.
They were Jewish.
That building, by the way, was an insurance to put on it just before it went down. But we're not going to go into the whole idea
just
of being
conspiracy theorists.
The reason why we're not conspiracy theorists because we're sticking on topic. The reason why they're in Afghanistan is allegedly because of 9/11. Even though we know that it wasn't Afghans that did it, it was Saudi Arabians. Allegedly. I don't even believe it was them. I believe they was a CIA outfit.
It was Jews
that was trained. But it was Saudi Arabia, not Afghanistan.
We know who. But somehow we know who behind everything, who's running everything.
Oh, the tiny hats. But listen.
With the curls.
The silence. It's crazy. But
one curl.
One. That's all you need?
On each side. Just.
Now, United States have, well, I'm going to show y'all a video of Hillary Clinton.
Crookery.
Hillary. The Clinton body count.
Arkansas massacre.
People that's so wonderful that
goes by so many names.
Yeah, they're so wonderful that if you say something about them, you suicide yourself.
I know.
Hillary Clinton is the only people that I know that somebody has shot themselves twice in the head because of what they said about the Hillary Clinton. They're the only people that throw themselves out a window for what they've said. So many crazy
They
situations.
just want to end it all.
Yeah, people just feel bad about talking bad about them, man. They're some good people.
Very good.
Well, I'm going to show a video of Hillary Clinton admitting that the United States, I'm pretty sure people already know this, the United States are the ones who funded what you call Al-Qaeda or Taliban or whatever you want to call them. They funded them.
They fund everything.
To go against Soviet Union or now Russia.
How are you in a war and you funding both? You funding yourself and you funding the people in the war that you with.
Yeah. Well, no, at that point, there was a Cold War. They were just trying to stop Russia allegedly because of communism, even though we know that in America, a lot of the higher ups were communists even back then.
America is slowly but surely turning
No, I'm talking about even back in the 60s, 50s. They were already communists in the country.
Yeah. Some of your black leaders
that's true.
were communists.
Let's go ahead and watch this video right quick.
So if you think if we walked away from this, didn't give them money today, it would be worse for us from a security standpoint.
I do. We're building a relationship that just did not exist. I said in our last trip when you were with me that we had a huge trust deficit, in part because the United States had, to be fair, we had helped to create the problem we're now fighting.
How?
Because when the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan, we had this brilliant idea that we were going to come to Pakistan and create a force of mujahideen, equip them with Stinger missiles and everything else to go after the Soviets inside Afghanistan. And we were successful. The Soviets left Afghanistan, and then we said, great, goodbye, leaving these trained people who were fanatical in Afghanistan and Pakistan, leaving them well armed, creating a mess, frankly, that at the time we didn't really recognize. We were just so happy to see the Soviet Union fall, and we thought, okay, fine, we're okay now. Everything's going to be so much better. Now you look back, the people we're fighting today, we were supporting in the fight against the Soviets.
We also have a history of kind of moving in and out of Pakistan. I mean, let's remember here, the people we are fighting today, we funded 20 years ago. And we did it because we were locked in this struggle with the Soviet Union. They invaded Afghanistan, and we did not want to see them control Central Asia. And we went to work. And it was President Reagan, in partnership with the Congress, led by Democrats, who said, you know what, sounds like a pretty good idea. Let's deal with the ISI and the Pakistani military, and let's go recruit these mujahideen. And let's get some to come from Saudi Arabia and other places, importing their Wahhabi brand of Islam so that we can go beat the Soviet Union. And guess what? They retreated. They lost billions of dollars, and it led to the collapse of the Soviet Union. So there's a very strong argument, which is, wasn't a bad investment to end the Soviet Union, but let's be careful what we sow because we will harvest. So we then left Pakistan. We said, okay, fine. You deal with the stingers that we've left all over your country. You deal with the mines that are along the border. And by the way, we don't want to have anything to do with you. In fact, we're sanctioning you. So we stopped dealing with the Pakistani military and with ISI, and we now are making up for a lot of lost time.
Man, y'all see Malcolm X's face in the corner of the video. He said, look at this shit. Can you believe this shit?
You motherfuckers. Now, it's funny how she mentioned that they left stingers and stuff. Guess what they left in Afghanistan this time? Humvees, tanks, all kind of assault rifles.
That's intentionally
and deliberately. Think about this for a second, people.
Deliberately.
When Biden decided to leave the country, he left assault rifles, tanks, Humvees. They even left certain data, what they call it? I forgot what they call that thing. There's certain machinery they have that have data in it that have names and contacts of people that are in the country as spies and stuff that left. So those people who are still in the country, some of those are quote unquote American citizens that are really
they're
spies.
In danger.
They're in danger now. So I got a hypothesis. I got a theory. I got a question. Do you think First off, do you think that Biden is the real president right now?
Absolutely not. We know he's not the real president right now.
Do you think it's possible that the person who's really running the country right now is Barack Obama?
Yes. Without a doubt.
So you think Barack Obama is playing as a president right now?
Or
at least heavily advising him?
Barack Obama is heavily advising Biden. Hell, they're saying this is Barack Obama's third term.
Yeah, some people call it.
And,
well, that's right.
And Kamala Harris is Barack Obama's, he's grooming her right now.
Apprentice right now.
He's literally grooming
it might be his
Kamala.
Might be his mentee. But that's a lot of the right wingers, obviously, who hate Obama. They're saying this is Obama's third term. But listen, I can say we know for a fact the United States funded the Taliban, Al Qaeda, and all those quote unquote terrorist groups. Remember back in the 80s with the crack era, when the United States used some of that money to fund the Contra?
Yep.
What you got right there? Tell them what you got about the Contra. So we know for a fact that they funded a war in South America with the help of crack money.
The Contras were various U.S.-backed and funded right-wing rebel groups that were active from 1978.
So the United States funded right-wing groups.
Yep.
In other countries?
That's what they have down for the Wikipedia.
Now, Wikipedia is not the most trusted thing.
It's not the most. To the early 90s, in opposition to the Marxist Santos Junta of National Reconstruction Government in Nicaragua.
That's Noriega?
Noriega, which came to power in 1974 following the Nicaragua Revolution.
Now, we know Noriega had a relationship with Clinton.
Yep.
And, I'm sorry, not Clinton, Bush. Senior, not the son, not the one who was president, the idiot that was president for 2 terms. How did he win 2 elections, by the way? Bush. Yep. We know the first one, they cheated. What's his name? John Kerry? Was it Kerry?
Yep, and then it said...
Not Kerry, I'm sorry. I forgot his name.
During their war against Nicaraguan government, the Contras committed numerous human rights violations and used terrorist tactics.
They were basically a guerrilla warfare. They used a guerrilla warfare and stuff. They were basically committing assassinations and all that, but they said that this group was against.
This was
Marxism.
during the Reagan administration.
Yeah, that's why everybody say Rick Ross, the real Rick Ross, he went to prison for getting caught with Reagan dope.
And then they were all, and this also ties to the Iran-Contra.
Yeah, Iran-Contra
affair. Yeah. It told you, their hands be in every.
So the government. So listen, the government right now that's in Iran, America has influenced that government. They helped put that government in power. So think about it for a second. America would go into a country, manipulate it, cause all these type of civil wars and all this other stuff. And then decades later, when this quote unquote dictator pop out, they say, "Oh, we need to get him. You the reason why he's in power." Osama bin Laden.
Or they claim that there's a dictator there that they need to get out.
The bin Laden family had connections to the CIA.
What did he do to that guy that wanted to make his money?
Who?
Gaddafi.
Oh yeah, when he wanted to make it go.
Who was involved? Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton. She got the video where she said, "We came, we saw, he died." So she. By the way,
Hillary Clinton is you reap what you sow. Not you reaping your harvest.
Where his gold at? Gaddafi. Where's the gold that Iran had? America confiscated their gold.
Yeah.
Not Iran. I'm sorry, Afghanistan. America confiscated Afghanistan's gold. Where's their gold? Didn't what country was it? Was it Venezuela who said they want their gold, and Britain said no. We're gonna hold it for you still. We don't think it's safe to give it back to you. Think about a country said we want our gold out of your bank. We want our gold. They said no.
Hell, West African countries be like, we no longer want to use your dollar, and they like,
yeah,
no, you do. All those pictures will come out. You do.
But yeah,
playing in the mud, you do.
So yeah, that whole situation is crazy. I believe personally, do you think it's possible that a deal was made with the United States government that will leave you weapons and leave you in control of the government if you end the wars?
Yes.
Or maybe they made some. We have to bring China up.
Yeah.
China.
You got that? You got that?
What you mean?
Of China said they're willing to accept. Is that what we're leading to next?
Yeah. I'm glad you brought it up. So we had to bring China up. Now,
Production, you got that?
Yo, production. Hold on. Regrets. All right. This is the article. Now, this is Newsweek. I think they're a right-wing group. But, hey, we look at information from all over the place. Now, look at this, y'all. It says here, Biden just handed Afghanistan's mineral wealth to China. It's an opinion piece. But I'm using this to say this. We know that China is in what they call the Middle East, Near East, or whatever. They've been in those. They're just now going into those countries the last couple, like a decade or so, maybe a little more.
Africa too.
Yeah, because it mainly was America deep into Afghanistan. America been in the Middle East since what, the 80s, 70s, something like that. So 60s. China's starting to go there, and they're mining minerals. We know for a fact the United States was using their military to defend China while they're mining the minerals. They were using the military. I'm sorry, they were using security groups to defend and work security for Chinese companies that's mining the minerals. Now look at this. Look at this right here. China reportedly prepares to recognize Taliban if they oust Afghan government.
Wow.
So the Taliban, as soon as they left, they said within 11 days, allegedly, it just collapsed. They said, now, you've been seeing a lot of right-wingers say that the Taliban, the Afghan government and their military are cowards, how they just left and ran and left their people there. They didn't defend and fight for their country. That's what they say happened. I believe more than likely they simply paid them off to step down. Leave it alone. Let the Taliban take over. Now, this is all a theory. It's all quote-unquote conspiracy theories. But it's definitely not far-fetched, considering the history of this country and the things they've already done and admitted to, as we saw with Hillary.
Crookery.
So Hillary admitted that they went into there and they created and funded these groups. Now China is saying we will recognize them as the government.
China don't give a damn.
They don't care who in power. They're saying we will recognize them as the government if they succeed. And
I don't know how people don't see that China wants to be the next big world superpower.
Well, they already are, aren't they?
Who has no? They're not gonna be. Most are not gonna allow it, but they've already got their road. They already got their train going, right? Remember, they have a train that they're building all the way from China into the Middle East now.
Yeah. So a Belt and Road.
A Belt and Road. Yeah. Now, remember, that Belt and Road can also go and extend into Africa.
And guess what? It's going straight through Afghanistan.
And listen, everything is falling into place like it's supposed to fall into place.
They need to be in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, but we're not even gonna go that deep.
But think about it, they can go even further. They can go all the way into Africa with that road.
That's not. It would be the first time. I think people misunderstand. History is not. First off, history is not as long as they say it is. It hasn't been that long, and also there's a lot more things they did in the past that they swear they didn't do. There was already trade routes that can take you from China all the way to Europe. There were already trade routes that take you from South Africa all the way up to Russia. This stuff is not new.
There was already trade routes that were coming to the Americas too.
This stuff is not new. They just start. You start as history goes and wars happen and demographics change. Routes don't get taken no more. People start doing other stuff and people just act like other stuff didn't happen, but it was already going on. I want to show y'all this as well. This article is from 2019. U.S. officials misled public on Afghan war, according to Washington Post. A trove of government documents shows that U.S. officials systematically misled the public about the war in Afghanistan during 3 presidential administrations. The Post said documents showed that senior U.S. officials hid evidence and distorted statistics to make it appear that the U.S. was winning the war in Afghanistan, and claims they showed that there was no consensus on the war's objective or how it would end. We were devoid of fundamental understanding of Afghanistan. We didn't know what we were doing. What? A 3-star Army general who served as a war czar of Afghanistan under the George W. Bush and Barack Obama administration said in 2015 interview.
Wow.
The paper obtained the 2,000 pages of documents, including what is said of notes for more than 400 interviews with military commanders, diplomats, and aid workers, as well as Afghan officials that were part of the Lessons Learned project After a 3-year legal battle, the Post said it obtained hundreds of memos by former Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld. The Pentagon disputed it has been misleading about Afghanistan and insisted it has been as transparent as possible regarding the war. There have been no intent by the DOD to mislead Congress and the public. Thomas Campbell Defense. Hold on. Remember when 9/11 first happened? And they went in front of Congress and said they have weapons of mass destruction.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lie. Remember when they said, what country was that? I can't remember. When they said that they were taking kids out of incubators and throwing them on the floor. That turned out to be a lie.
Oh, also, the one they be after Tulsi Gabbard over. That guy?
The Syrian leader.
Yeah, she's a Syrian apologist.
Remember the gas attack that allegedly happened? Turns out it might not have went how they said it went. So they always lie to Congress. This is a lie. And the Congress know they lying. They just
like, yeah,
tell us a good lie and we'll convince the public. When they go in front of Congress, in front of that camera, it's really to convince you, not really Congress.
Sweet lies in this moment. You know the song.
Since then, just under 2,300 American troops have died in a war-torn country. Between January 2009, the United States began a systematic documentation of civilian casualties. In September this year, some 34,000 Afghan civilians died as a result of armed conflict. So what they admit in this article is all bullshit. That the war was never supposed to end. It's supposed to be a perpetual war because they're using it to fund. They're using the war to have a reason why the military-industrial complex and these companies inside of it can create weapons and constantly manufacture weapons and create jobs for the economy. You're literally in a war-drawn war economy right now.
The Middle East is just a war zone.
They turned into one. Remember, it was Europe.
It was Europe, but
until they
wisened
UN,
up.
Yeah, they used the UN thing and said, "Oh, we're not gonna fight each other.
You can't keep tearing up our shit. We got to go tear somebody else's shit up."
But it's funny because the second Britain left the what's it called?
The UN?
Brexit. As soon as Brexit happened, Britain or the UK or whatever almost got into it with France over some water, some fishing areas, and it's like the second y'all not in agreement, it's automatically war. Who really are the war people?
Smoke.
Who really are the people that are violent?
Who are the warmongers on the earth?
Let me show y'all some more stuff here. Now, another thing I found out about, because I went deep into this. Another thing I found out about this. Mexico demands explanation for Obama-era gun walking scandal. Let me tell you something, man.
Cartel?
Now, we know like I said, we know that America funded the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, and all those two. We know that they funded the right-wing groups down in South America. Did you know that they also funded the cartel?
Well, you have to think about it. It's like the cartel, like the South Americans, they always say they are just ruthless people, how they just are able to just cut chop
people's heads off. And
that's almost like that's training that they know how to do that so well. No, because that's their expertise.
It's not really about them actually doing it. It's about having the capacity to do it.
The mental
that means you've been trained to be willing to kill somebody in such a heinous way.
Because you got to think about it. Shooting somebody versus like literally going up and cutting somebody's neck off.
Yeah.
You have to have no emotion, no feeling.
I remember back in what was that? Maybe 2014. I saw a video on Facebook.
And Facebook put that up at the time.
Yep.
And Twitter, they was putting that type of stuff up at the time.
I don't know about Twitter, but I know definitely Facebook.
Well,
Facebook
hold on. Allegedly,
there was a video on Facebook of a cartel dude took out a chainsaw.
What?
And it was two dudes on their knees, and they were so calm, like they weren't crying, begging for their life or nothing. They were just like calm. And the dude took out the chainsaw, walked up to him slowly, and started cutting off his head. And the guy beside him didn't flinch or nothing. It's like they must have been part of the cartel, and they understood. There's no point in crying. There's no point in you're not getting away. And it was such a searing moment in my head because I realized what's out there. Keep in mind, I'm not a dude that got off the porch. I stay on the porch. I ain't no street nigga. I ain't running around no streets, nothing. So when I saw that, I'm like, that's in the world. And I was like, really, I was a teenager. I was young, but still, It's definitely let you know what's out there.
They always talking about Chicago. They shoot.
No, go to Mexico.
And I've been to Mexico and listen.
Oh yeah.
My girlfriend at the time, let's go explore. You go explore it. I ain't going in them back areas. I'm staying where the local tourists are. And hell, sometimes the local tourists get fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, we staying where there's people. Looking at them white movies, that's what happened to you.
Yeah, thinking that you can just walk around these people's hoods.
You can't just walk around these people's neck of the woods and don't think they see you. They know you're American. They see you.
There are hoods in every country. Like people think about poverty-stricken countries that's dangerous. The first thing coming to mind, obviously, is the black country.
But what is so crazy
people think Jamaica and Haiti. No, go to Paris. Go to Paris and see what happened. Go to the hood in Paris. Paris is known for its hoods.
Oh, they stab you. They shank you over there.
Was it Dame Dash and one of them got robbed in Paris? You just can't say
they don't have guns there. They stab you.
Yeah. Well, no, they got guns, I think. Paris, do they got guns?
The UK, they known for stabbing people.
No, Paris. France. Wait, yeah, Paris.
I'm talking about the black area.
No, I'm talking about Paris. That's what I'm saying. It's a hood.
Oh, they known for shooting?
They're not all black. That's my point.
I'm talking about the particular black areas that I've seen on YouTube. They particularly known over there.
This is my UK.
Across the pond. Yeah.
I'm talking about Paris.
Okay.
Dame Dash then went to Paris and he had his camera out. His cameraman has camera out and stuff. And they were like, and he got robbed. Paris is known for his hood. Like everybody, if you look at the international hoods, as you call it, Paris is known for being, it's basically, it has hoods like Compton, Detroit, Chicago.
Listen, ever since they seen that movie with Friday, all over the world,
oh yeah,
they throw damn shoes on the damn.
It didn't start.
I saw that in Mexico.
Lord have mercy. What's the history behind that?
Ask the nigga who did it. I don't know. Why you throw the shoes up to your shoe?
How the hell we get on this topic? Throwing shoes on power lines.
Cause we talking about hoods right now. Hoods do that.
Where am I going with this? Oh yeah, back to Obama. And look at this.
We ain't never letting off of your ass.
Nah, he got to go. He got to go.
Now, tell him to stay on your ass.
Oh yeah. Obama administration knowingly funded Al-Qaeda affiliate, U.S. report. Now this is January 5th, 2021. It's funny how they did this report beginning of this year.
Mm-hmm.
You see here, former U.S. President Barack Obama's administration knowingly funded a sanctioned affiliate in a pan-Islamist banned terror outfit, Al-Qaeda, as per a recent released report of the U.S. Senate Committee. The report is based on a probe by the Office of the Senate Finance Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley into the Obama administration's approval of a $200,000 grant to the U.S. evangelical aid organization World Vision of the Al-Qaeda affiliate Islamic Relief Agency. So are they considering Al-Qaeda to be what they call it, a nonprofit?
Yeah.
Isn't it a nonprofit? It's affiliated as the Islamic Relief Agency. That's a nonprofit, ain't it?
That's a nonprofit.
So that means Al-Qaeda or Islamic Relief Agency would be a corporation owned by the United States or certain agencies in the United States. Incidentally, World Vision works in India as well and is a member of Interaction, America's largest alliance of international nonprofit organizations. Yeah, it is. Last year, IANS, in a major expose, revealed how the U.S. government agencies have been funding the Islamic charities linked to terror groups based in Pakistan and in the Middle East throughout Interaction. Interactions Together project involved the most controversial Islamic charities, including Helping Hand for Relief and Development, HRD, which works with a charitable and political wings of, move on, the Pakistani terror outfit directed against India and Kashmir. U.S. Senate probe into the World Vision and its ties with ISRA has been initiated in 2019 after the Middle East Forum Sam Westrop and Cliff Smith exposed the details through a series of articles published in 2018.
The Times of India.
Yeah, I tell you, we get it from everywhere. But like I said, something that I talked about is this right here. Look at this. This is in Forbes. Fast and Furious just might be President Obama's Watergate. Now, it didn't turn out to be because they just kept it out the news. This is a real thing that happened. Obama's administration was running guns across the Mexican border. As a matter of fact, one of the border police was shot and killed by the weapons that America was running across the border. Yeah. Why a gun running scandal, codenamed Fast and Furious, a program run secretly by the U.S. government that sent thousands of firearms over the international border and directly into the hands of criminals, has been pursued by the army of reporters, all trying to be the next Bob Woodward or Carl Bernstein in a story in itself. But the state of modern journalism aside, this scandal is so inflammatory. Few realize that official records show that the current director of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosive, B. Todd Jones, yes, the individual the Obama administration brought in to replace ATF Director Kenneth Melson August 30th in an effort to deflect congressional criticism, also has questions to answer about his involvement in this gun running scandal. Fast and Furious was an operation so cloak and dagger Mexican authorities, Mexican authorities weren't even notified that thousands of semi-automatic firearms were being sold to people in Arizona through the thought to have links to Mexican drug cartels. According to ATF whistleblowers, in 2009, the United Government began instructing gun store owners to break the law by selling firearms to suspected criminals. ATF agents then, again, according to testimony by ATF agents and whistleblowers, were ordered not to intercept the smugglers, but rather to let the guns walk across the U.S.-Mexican border into the hands of Mexican drug trafficking organizations.
Wait a minute. So the United States want to take away your guns because we have all this quote-unquote gun violence, but they're telling them to sell illegal guns to criminals.
What they're saying is store owners, sell the guns to who is the people you know are smugglers. You could tell, sell it to them and let them go across the border with it.
But don't sell it to the American people.
Yeah.
See,
they're trying to get your guns out of your hands. They're trying to give the guns away.
If you don't see that this article, they are the biggest hypocrites in the world.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a conservative, a right-winger reading this article, knowing that the government is trying to take away your guns, but they telling them to give away to criminals to take across the country?
Yeah, they're going crazy.
See, they're trying to take away your amendments in this country.
Yeah, they definitely fired up. And they should. That's crazy. How the hell? Yeah. Yeah. But Afghanistan got something else I want to show. This is probably the last thing on Afghanistan.
Well, hold on.
What?
Why are you thinking they're allowing the Afghans to come to this country?
Well, we know, I saw an article where they're sending some to Seattle and I think San Francisco, maybe Delaware. I'm not sure. I think they're doing it to boost the population more, like I said, and to change demographics. I think remember that report came out a little while ago about America's losing its whiteness. And I'm like, I think that's what they want. They trying to suppress certain votes in order to bring in other people to vote a certain way.
Well, Middle East people come here, they classify themselves as white.
Yeah.
So it's not really
but it's not cultural white.
It's not cultural white, but it's also helping their numbers to make it seem like the fact that they're not able to reproduce their population, they're replacing. That's why they're bringing in the Middle East people. But I also believe they bring in the Afghan people so that the Democratic can use them to boost up their numbers for voting as well. Because when the election coming again? 2022?
Yeah.
And you see how they're trying to hurry up and get these people in this country so before the voting starts.
How many people come across the border? Mexico border.
I did not know how many Africans
let me tell
come across the border.
We saw that video. They had to be like 5,000, 10,000.
It was more.
And you said you saw no, they were all men.
They were all men.
What is
the same thing with the Afghan men are coming here. That's what the Europeans were complaining about.
Yeah.
That's why they closed their borders.
Remember that video we saw of the dude complaining about
it was on
Afghan
the UK.
Boy. He's a UK.
Go ahead.
He said, oh, yeah, there's Afghan. I think it was Afghan. It might have been something else. But Middle Eastern boy is coming in. He said, he's not a boy. He's 30. Then he asked again. He said, he's 45.
It went from 30 to 35 to hell. He's 40. And he did. He looked like
he definitely was not no damn 14.
He was in his 30s.
He definitely was in his 30s, 40s. But yeah.
But we know the real reason why they didn't want those Middle East men over there.
Oh yeah.
Because of their women.
Yeah, they definitely get scared off because of that situation. But yeah, I noticed that they definitely in America at least was complaining about them sending certain people over here. Hold on, let me find this article. Yeah, they say Uganda is supposed to take in 2,000 Afghan refugees. So not just sending them to America, they're asking Uganda to take some too, which I found kind of strange. It's like, well, Uganda's kind of been flooded with South Sudan people because of what they got going on in the civil war. So how can America request that Uganda take in 2,000 Afghan?
Listen,
it's just crazy. But like I said, they're sending some Afghan people here to America. And what is your opinion on them bringing Afghan people to America, yet they still have Seattle itself has a very serious homeless problem.
So listen, Seattle has a very serious homeless problem going on here. Let me tell you. So if you live in Seattle and you go to the courthouse is near Cherry Street. That in front of the courthouse is literally a homeless camp. This is in front of a government building. The homeless people have decided to set up a homeless camp. Not only is it a homeless camp, it is the most violent area in the city. There was a story of a Louisiana dude who moved from Louisiana just a couple weeks ago that went to this homeless area and got stabbed to death.
Outside of the courthouse?
Outside of the courthouse. There's stabbings, everything is there. But I read in an article, this was on August 5th or August 10th, that they said they cannot do anything about the homeless people here because they considered it inhumane to remove homeless people off the streets here. So what made them move quickly on this, because the sheriff had already said, he told the government staff who worked there, don't come to work, just work remotely because it's so dangerous to work here. This is a sheriff who could get off his ass and make these people move, telling these people who work in this building. But Becky came and saved the day. I'm not gonna. This situation is serious. So there was a homeless person who got into the courthouse, who got into the women's bathroom and tried to rape a 7 month pregnant woman, and that's what made him go, okay, he tried to touch this white woman. This getting serious here, folks. Yeah. This is getting serious.
With the perp white?
I don't know if the perp is white. I'm gonna say white. Could have been a Negro.
Lord, please.
I hope it wasn't a Negro.
I remember when that dude went to the shooting outside of the White House or something.
And they were taking too long. And
black people like, please don't let it be no Negro.
Pastor Derby, please don't let it be a Negro.
Please don't let it be no crazy Negro.
It wasn't though.
It wasn't.
But anyway, that's just to show you Seattle cannot take in no more people here. They literally have homeless people, and it's really sad to say that I mainly see homeless black men out on the street here in Seattle, because a lot of black people are not originally from Seattle.
Yeah,
they're coming from Chicago, Detroit, Cali, down south.
Yeah, Atlanta or Georgia.
Atlanta. Mainly, I see people coming from the Midwest.
Yeah,
here to Seattle.
If you leave the Midwest, especially like Arkansas, Chicago, a lot of them are where Cali people are from. Arkansas, Cali, Memphis.
Because I was two dudes was behind me and they was talking, and he was listening to reminiscences on some music. He's like, man, I got to get back to I gotta get back to Chicago. I'm from the Shire.
Oh Lord.
And it was a Louisiana dude next to him. He's like,
flip boy.
Hey, flip boy. I got to get back down south too. So it's a culture shock though.
Well,
sorry to interrupt you, but you remember where we're from, we don't see homeless people out on the street because you always find a family member you could go crash. Somebody gonna give in and say, okay, you can stay here till you get tired of you.
Yeah.
About a month or two, then you move on to the next cousin or relative. That's how it works.
Up here, ain't no family.
But up here, they put your ass out.
Yeah.
You put your ass out, you sleep on the street. I've never seen anything like that until I moved up north, where it's like we don't know what homelessness is until you move to a city.
Well, yeah, I remember I was walking a dog one day, and it's a pathway, and behind the pathway there's like a grass pathway, and the dude was sitting on this stone seat.
Yeah,
I thought nothing of it. Somebody walked by him and two homeless dudes having a conversation. You think nothing. You just walking your dog. And then the homeless dude keep walking. He looked down. He said, "Oh, a big one." I'm like, "What is he talking about?" So on the way back, I went down the grass side because it's like a circle. You just can go down the pathway. You can go around. And it was a big pile. That had to be the biggest turd I've ever seen in my life.
That's that meth turds, those drug turds.
And that's what I was getting to, the drugs.
Oh, the drugs.
A lot of them are on
heroin.
Heroin or meth.
Meth and heroin are the top two here.
Yeah, it's
and opiate popping pills. That's what the corporate. That's what the corporate be doing. They be popping pills.
They be doing the drugs on the bus, bro.
They do drugs on the bus here. I was on the bus. And I wanted to whoop his ass, but it's COVID is going on. I don't want to get COVID. That's why people, don't want to put hands on people, even though there was a black dude who put hands on somebody on the bus. He didn't give a fuck about no COVID.
Hey, hands got to
be thrown.
Like Cassidy said, you want to see my hands fly?
If there's disrespect, hands got to be thrown.
It is what it is.
He said, he just started smoking meth on the bus, and somebody was like, a guy got up and moved, complained. He said, he's going up front to snitch. He said, we don't care. This is Seattle. We smoke meth on the bus.
What?
And I turned around, I would have said, what? Take that damn meth pipe and stick it down your damn throat. You won't be able to smoke no more.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But Seattle
is, when I came here about 8 or 9 years ago, it was nothing like it is now. It's a culture shock. It was already a culture shock for me coming from North Carolina, but it's like, damn, I got to get out of here at this point.
Yeah. Now this is gonna be the last topic on Afghan right here. There was a story. This is a crazy, crazy story. This is why I say, if you want to know how wicked
a society is, it's always. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You know what? For some reason, before you get to that, they always women are raped, little girls are raped, and we're not counting them out. But it's always the little boy. They don't talk about the little boys.
Greece, Rome. It's always about the boy at some point. Now look at this. Little blue pills among the way the CIA wins friends in Afghanistan.
And you know what those little blue pills is?
Viagra. Now this article came out in 2008.
Can you imagine the wickedness of this grown man is already raping this little boy, and then you give something to make it prolong the experience. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna just make it worse for you.
Yeah, it's bad, man. It's so messed up. But
and this is coming to a city near y'all, Sodom and Gomorrah here in America. The Bible's out here in land, people in the street. It's gonna get so bad. You're gonna have to have a crew with you to be able to walk these streets. We
had an episode a couple weeks back where we showed the damn people getting butt naked in the street, making out in New York. Remember that video? I showed a picture. The woman got butt naked and climbed up a damn pole on the street.
It's not going. Well, I'll say that when we get to the article on the OnlyFans.
Yeah,
we'll say that.
Yeah, OnlyFans, they got their ass up out of here. But look at this, man. Like I said, this is a very sad. Bacha Bazi, I guess that's how you say it. Bacha Bazi, the tragedy of Afghans dancing boys. An old tradition has experienced a disturbing revival in post-Taliban Afghan. This article written in 2014, so it's still there. When Special Representative for Children in an Armed Conflict, Radhaka, I'm not going to try to say that, Swarmy, I wonder, no comment, was asked to comment on the attitude of Bacha Bazi in Afghanistan. Her instant reply was, "Let's not talk about it." Literally translates, Bacha Bazi means playing with kids.
And not like playing with kids.
No, and it's slang for sexual slavery and child prostitution that thrives across Afghanistan and certain parts of Pakistan. Prepubescent boys between ages of 14 and 18 are sold to wealthy and powerful patrons for entertainment and illicit sex. Women are not allowed to dance in public, and so the boys are made to perform feminine gestures and acts.
Let me tell you, They saying 14 to 18. I guarantee you it's lower than 14 to 18.
Yeah. But see, this is the point where people make when you were talking about earlier about the freedom of women in America versus in over there. Women over there, you're not even allowed to dance in public.
They're held to a higher standard.
No, they're not a dance. That's when it leaks from ordered society to certain sexual deviancy. The reason why you don't want the woman to walk around like that because you're not really interested in the woman. You really want the boys. It has nothing to do with order at that point. You don't want women to be feminine. You want the little boys to be feminine. So then the little boys grow up, and guess what? They're going to do the same thing to little boys. Now, what that sound like to y'all? I don't know if y'all follow the Catholic Church. What's been going on with the Pope and all those. Remember what happened in, was that Minnesota? Was it Minnesota or?
One of those states.
Utah. All those damn pastors, or not pastors, it was Catholic pastors or whatever you call them.
Yeah.
Got hit with those cases. Yeah, Catholic priests got hit with those cases from the little boys. Now, it's a known thing inside of the Catholic Church that they deal with little boys.
Milo.
So they can take their innocence.
Milo whatever his name is.
Yiannopoulos, let me say his name. You deal with a young boy to take his innocence, and then that little boy has to get older, and he has to deal with a young boy to get his innocence back. And it's a perpetual cycle. This has been going on for a couple hundred years. This is why people get caught, exposed, they pay them some money, and they keep going. Nothing ever gets done about it.
And beardless, which means a man should wear a beard.
Now, yeah.
Not having a beard makes you look.
Why does American society, particularly corporate America, particularly the black man in corporate America, why do they always want you to cut your beard?
No, I don't cut my beard.
Why is it, as a black man in corporate America, if you have long hair and long beard, you're seen as not civilized?
And that's why I didn't like that video Kevin Samuels did.
Yeah,
conform no, I'm not conforming. I walk around with my beard and my hair.
Yeah,
now, I know to have order.
Now, if you're talking about being in corporate America, you gotta do what you gotta do. If you're a person,
if that's what you want to do,
if you want to be in corporate America, you got to go by their rules. But yeah, so this is not new. But beardless and effeminate boys are highly sought after by patrons. Often, I gotta go down. Warlords who can indulge with impurity. Large halls are used as venues for the parties, where the boys dance clad in women's clothing with bells tied to their feet and scarves wrapped around their face as they parade for hours. Now you can go on YouTube and find these videos. This on YouTube. Go on YouTube, type it in, Bacha Bazi, and you'll see these little boys dressed like women doing belly dancing and all that other stuff. This is real. It's on YouTube. By the way, that can be on YouTube. But we're not gonna be able to monetize this because we're talking about it.
Charleston couldn't even say nigga, and he black.
Yeah, don't get me started. Don't bring.
But the Asians got to say
again.
Nigga, and their video didn't get blocked. I'm a forever be on their ass.
How the hell
you come in the comment section, you make a comment. I'm commented on you. I'm a comment on it.
How can an Asian call a black man can refer to black man as nigga? But when a black man do it back, his channel get deleted. How you gonna delete my channel for commenting on something about me? All right. But look at this right here. Was that it? There was something else I wanted to show. I guess it's not in this article here. I think it's the next article. Let's see. Here you go. This is another article. The Swedish Development Forum. Women are for children. Boys are for pleasure.
So we literally only use women to mate with to produce more boys.
Yeah. See, this is why I said, please don't account patriarchy with. This is not patriarchy. This is a society built on sexual deviancy.
Is that China's excuse for wanting so many boys?
What you mean?
Remember they had a law where you can only have...
Oh, no. That was about...
building their military.
Building their military, yeah.
They say building their military, but we don't know what they're doing in their military.
We saw when they had that, was that a heroin problem in China? Was it China? When they just went around and started popping them in the head, like, you're useless to society.
Damn.
Yeah. That was real.
Don't give America no ideas.
Yeah, well, they was addicted to drugs. They were older people. They said, you're useless. Wow. So it's popping them. So in 2017, the Afghan government introduced a new criminal code explicitly addressing the underreported issue of Bacha Bazi. The practice involves older men taking advantage of young boys in vulnerable situations. It has increased since the fall of the Taliban regime. Now, they said this is that the CIA was going to warlords and giving them the Viagra.
Oh, America's over there and they have dancing boys over there? I'm sure they indulged in it as well.
Oh, you know what they did. Look at this. DOD IG.
Pizzagate?
U.S. troops were told to ignore child sex abuse by Afghan forces.
Of course, because they over there indulging in it as well.
Now listen, there was another article I read.
Allegedly.
When they say this, they're not saying it's just the locals.
Yeah.
We know for a fact that the U.S. military goes over there and do sick, heinous things to the women and children.
They don't. They go everywhere. They go to South America. They go to Africa.
We're talking about Afghan right now. I'm talking about particular Middle East. It has been reported constantly. Hell, within the military, there's rape. Not just the women, by the way. Inside of the military, there's rape of the men in gangs. You got literal Mexican MS-13 people are in the military. Bloods and Crips, the white supremacist group, Aryan Brotherhood. They're in the military. Like, got the tattoos, everything. They're military. So what do you think happens when a guy who has those beliefs joins the military, gets trained, and then comes back to America and wants to be a police officer? What do you think happens? We know that the U.S. military.
We're not talking about the Bloods and the Crips.
We talking about.
You're not talking
I'm
about.
talking about the.
You're talking about the white supremacist Aryan Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Hell, even the MS-13.
Well, we know the MS-13 racist as hell. We've seen.
Bloods and Crips are racist towards their own people. They kill other black people.
Yeah, which is crazy. It's crazy. That's a fact.
Well, hold on. The MS-13 probably goes against the Latin Kings.
No. Well, yeah, they battle.
And then there are other white gangs besides the Aryan Brotherhood. There are other white gangs, the biker gangs that they go against too. But what I'm saying is we know they're racist.
Well, yeah,
but the Bloods and Crips is.
Yeah, and those people are in the military doing sick stuff to the children. So when they say they turn their odds against the Afghan forces, it ain't just the Afghan forces, the locals. Other military, the UK, the UN. Oh, the UN. Yeah, it's just, yeah.
Coming to a city near you.
Yeah, it's all crazy. All right, next topic. Well, no, we're going to go back further into this Biden. His approval rating.
Also his protege.
As you
Kamala
can see,
Harris.
Yeah. Regrets. Trump would beat Biden today. More women and blacks support.
Ooh. But they came out with that black girl magic and, got Biden into the White House.
Yeah. So with this situation, this is also, by the way.
But now Biden being in the White House because of this,
But hold on. This also might just be a setup.
Could be.
They might be trying to convince the public to not support Biden no more.
So they can usher in Kamala Harris to
Exactly. So we're going to get to this whole situation, how possibly it's all staged to put forth Kamala as the president. But
she's not real black girl magic, though. She's synthetic black girl magic.
Yeah, they ain't authentic. She's synthetic.
Black women ain't upset because they not getting their weave orders in from overseas, are they?
Whoa, you went to a cut. You about to blade out of nowhere. Damn, the machete.
They go give you the conversation. It's just a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
I'm playing. Regrets. Trump would beat Biden today with more women and black support. You see, a slew of new polls have come out this week showing the shrinking support for the approval of President Joe Biden. His average now below 50%. By a 6-point margin. They say he would lose by a 6-point margin. 43%, 33%.
He lost by a 12-point margin during the real election. What you talking about?
The sizable 14% would choose some other candidate. So they said right here, it said the details of the survey, which samples more Democrats than Republicans, show that Trump would win more women and blacks than he did in 2020 when he lost to Biden 46%, 51%.
That's a lie. He didn't lose.
A sizable 14% would choose some other candidate, though none were named.
Listen, this is how you know Trump won. Just about everybody you hear, we even saw people on the internet, that said, I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
I tossed and turned the whole night. I just felt like something in my spirit was telling me that when I woke up the next morning, they were going to rig the vote. And sure enough,
they rigged the vote.
Our intuition was on point because they rigged the votes.
Yeah. Pretty much.
How do you have insomnia over we don't do this over a president. I've never done that before. Even with Barack Obama, I wasn't like, he's got to win. He's got to win.
He was like,
first term I voted for him. Second term I didn't vote for him.
You had to
That's how you know at that point you didn't give a fuck.
I saw you had to clean it up.
I had to clean
it one time
because I have to be honest. And when I voted for him that one time, I wasn't up like.
Yeah, you just voted.
Obama got to win.
He the black dude.
It's like okay, if you get in, you get in.
Yeah. Kamala Harris tanking and pose as she goes over to ground on Afghan withdrawal. As you can see, 55% say she is not qualified or not qualified at all. Is that some of the lowest numbers for a vice president?
They said that she had the lowest. It was the worst in history, I believe. For a vice president, it was the worst in history.
Oh, black girl magic breaking
synthetic.
More.
Black girl magic.
Black girl magic breaking more boundaries, breaking records out here.
She breaking records of being the worst.
To meet you, Mr. President, and I enjoyed very much our conversation before we came in this room. At a time when our world faces increasing threats to our health, security.
Sorry about that. I don't know where that came from. Random video starts playing. Kamala Harris taking and pose as she goes to ground in Afghan withdrawal. You see, Americans have further soured on Vice President Kamala Harris as she continues her radio silence on the chaotic and tragic withdrawal of U.S. forces from Afghanistan. A new poll indicates, according to the Rasmussen Reports surveys released Thursday, 55% of likely voters say that the former senator, from California is either not qualified or not at all qualified to assume the duties of the presidency. By contrast, 43% consider Harris qualified or very qualified to be commander-in-chief. Now I just have a question. Why are they putting it out there?
They're trying to feel the airwave whether or not they are going to be responsive to Kamala Harris becoming the president of the United States.
That is meant for you to they
testing the waters.
They did testing the waters right there. That's crazy. Yeah. They literally openly, like, they show you Biden's numbers going down, and then they immediately say, "Well, how do you feel about Kamala?" So I asked the question again.
We don't fuck with her either.
Did they push this button to cause more chaos around Biden to start ushering in Kamala?
Yes. Obama.
The dude has dementia. Are they trying to? Do they not want to impeach him? They want him to step down because of the dementia, or they're gonna try to impeach him for this terrible.
I think because they don't want to tarnish him, they're gonna say he's not cognitive able. He's not able to perform his duty as the vice president because he, mentally, because they don't want to tarnish him because we know that this was a setup from the beginning for Kamala Harris to be president. We said that since the election. How did this woman go at him? During their the debate, and then he turned around and uses this woman as his vice president.
Yeah,
when she accused him of bussing BS, which like how the fuck you was bust? You were born in none of that. Like unless she's a traveler, she's a different person. She was smoking weed in high school, in college with Tupac.
And
Tupac was like.
In the 80s. She did in the 80s.
I didn't know Tupac was putting out music at 5 or 6, 7 years old.
Well, no, I think he had to be. When was Tupac born?
Let me look up the age.
I think he would. She said around mid 80s, so he would have had to been like 14, something like that. Hold on, because now we gotta make sure. For some reason, we want to fact check this.
You gotta fact check it.
When was he born? We just need to know the date he was born.
He's born in 19. He's born in 1971. He's literally 1 year younger than.
Yeah, he was 14 then. Because she said 84, 85. He would have been 14, 15.
He wasn't putting out music then.
No.
So
he wasn't.
Maybe you listened to somebody that reminded you of Tupac.
I don't know. But this is what I had to say about the criticisms of Kamala Harris. Now, what's her name? Bree? What's his name? Bree? The one with the Bernie person?
Bernie bro. I mean, a Bernie Bernie,
what's the amount?
What did they call themselves?
Bernie Bros.
Well, they didn't call
themselves that name was put on them.
Even the women are called Bernie Bros?
Yeah.
Bernie hoes.
Bernie said I got hoes. But she, what's that dude, the Johnson dude called her, she's part of the island of misfit black girls. Now, we did find a tweet of her saying some crazy shit. Remember when she said that black men and white women were comparable? And people were like, and as far as the treatment and the idea of getting through oppression and stuff, they were like, wait, white men, And she never said that. Be like, oh, she dating a damn white dude. She said, I'm not dating a white dude. And then somebody found a picture of her with an Asian dude. Yeah, it was crazy. But so she has.
And she denied being an Asian dude too. Said her boyfriend was black, didn't she?
She never showed him. But she has definitely some. She's definitely not. She's like one of those people that believe in classism. She just think classism is the biggest problem, not racism. So yeah,
that's Bernie.
That's Bernie's platform. Yeah, exactly. That's why anybody that supported Bernie who was black, they don't believe racism is the problem. Like Tim Blackman said, he been going off on all over. He been going off on that left, whatever you call him. He been saying, y'all don't give a fuck about black people. Y'all are racist. He calling the racism on the left. And it's like, you finally get it. These damn white people, socialists, whatever you want to call themselves, they don't give a fuck about you. They trying to get free college. They trying to get they
even
debt
the progressives.
Release.
The progressives
That's what I'm talking about. The left. They trying to get
the progressives are kind of different from the Democratic.
No,
they still consider themselves.
When I say left, I mean progressive. When I say Democrat, I mean the regular ones. But they believe in just getting their debt washed from college, the college debt washed. They believe in free college. They don't give a damn about no reparations.
They believe that they believe that you'll get something out of it too, black people.
Yeah,
that you just
flooding waters raise all boats is what they believe.
Yeah, so we can't just focus on your issue only. We need to focus on the underclass issues.
Let's see what they had to say. Well, she had to say right here. Brianna Joy. No, not Joy. I don't know why her name is. I can't think of her name right now.
Who, her?
Yeah, he'll say her name in the thing. Let's see.
Well, certainly it would be difficult to disentangle the reality of misogyny and racism from any critique of the first black woman VP. I would agree that any black woman in a prominent political position who is public facing is going to be under heightened scrutiny. I can say, as the national press secretary for the Bernie Sanders campaign, I was viciously attacked at several points during the campaign cycle. The editor of The Root had to step down from his position there and temporarily from MSNBC because of disparaging remarks that he made about me and campaign co-chair Senator.
Oh yeah, that's the misfit black girl dude, Johnson. He the one that said that.
Nina Turner. But I also think it's important to look at the broad trajectory of Kamala Harris's career here and see to what extent that she has to own some aspect of this based on her personal behavior. She's someone who burst onto the scene in 2017 with a lot of hope, a lot of high expectations on her, and she seemed to be modeling herself as kind of a progressive future of the Democratic Party. She, often advertised herself as one of the first signatories of Bernie's Medicare for All bill. She seemed like, and I wrote about this in The Guardian at the time, the real contender for the 2020 race. But what we saw once the race started to progress was that she ended up walking back many of her positions in a way that left voters, I think, really uncertain about who she was. She flip-flopped on Medicare for All. She seemed to not really have a sense of identity, so much so that Bernie Sanders actually outperformed her with black voters under 45 by 3 times at one point. Not only did she fall behind, ended up walking back many of her positions in a way that left voters, I think, really uncertain about who she was. She flip-flopped on Medicare for All. She seemed to not really have a sense of identity, so much so that Bernie Sanders actually outperformed her with black voters under 45 by 3 times at one point. Not only did she fall behind Joe Biden, but she fell behind Bernie Sanders and even Elizabeth Warren.
Listen, she had no black support.
None.
She had a dropout in November.
She didn't have no funding either.
How the hell do you lose to Elizabeth Warren?
Pocahontas?
How did you manage to lose the black vote to Elizabeth Warren, who had no black support?
Hey, Pocahontas had it going on.
Not able to get out of single digits with black voters. And then after she joined the Joe Biden ticket, she found herself having to renegotiate all of her old, even more of her old stances, rather. Remember that she was a proponent of recurring $2,000 checks. That didn't happen. She was a proponent of some student debt cancellation, which Biden has certainly dragged his feet on. The Medicare for All do-si-do is notable.
So, as you can see, she's just a bad politician.
Bad politician.
Basically, with all that said, she's a bad politician.
She wasn't good.
So she had.
You know what? She should got all her Barack Obama ain't trained her good because Barack Obama was a excellent politician.
You're right. He's a great liar.
He was a great liar, a great manipulator. He got into the White House first term and second term. Black people asked him for
nothing. He was enough, as they say. Make it enough. All right. Let's see what the defender of Kamala had to say. Well, her words were not as defensive as I thought it would be, but she definitely made excuses for her in the end. So let's see what she had to say about old Kamala.
We also have to remember that, Joe Biden didn't really have a large end to choose from. We know that most presidents choose from senators and governors. We have yet to have a black female governor in the history of the United States. And you remember Joe Biden initially specifically said that he would choose a black female as his running mate. And then he sort of backtracked and said a woman. But, many of us remembered when he said black woman. And so obviously Kamala Harris, as the only sitting black female senator, was available. She's only the second in the history of the nation. We know Carol Moseley Braun from Illinois in 1992. And so, she finds herself on an island by herself in many ways. She's working in an administration. She and Joe Biden weren't terribly close before they joined forces. And we know that sometimes presidents and vice presidents have these uneasy alliances. She's also our first, and the two members of a ticket, she's the first Democrat in history to come from the western part of the western side of the Rockies. We're not accustomed to electing presidents or vice presidents from the West Coast. So she also brings a different type of diversity that many people aren't accustomed to. I do think that her portfolio is such that it's going to be a problem if she runs in 2024 or 2028. We know that there are going to be several white men who wake up, whether they're octogenarians or septuagenarians, as we saw in 2020, who think that they should be president. And they're going to have pretty much an arsenal of all the things that Kamala Harris wasn't able to accomplish in the middle of a global pandemic, in the shadow of her vice president.
In the shadow of her vice president? Did she just call Biden the vice president?
She called Biden the vice president, and Biden made a slip up a couple of months ago and called Kamala Harris
President Harris. They know what they're doing, man. They know what they're doing. The plan has been set in motion. Kamala Harris will be president.
So when Kamala Harris is elected,
not elected,
selected.
No, when Biden is impeached or steps down, and she becomes president.
When Biden steps down, we're gonna come back to this clip and say
she knew.
She knew.
They all know though. Biden been saying it for months. The president been saying he's the vice president for months. So,
and Barack Obama just been grooming Kamala.
She's terrible though, man.
Kamala.
But we have to remember that a vice president's job is to support the president. They serve just like everyone else, cabinet members, etc., at the pleasure of the president. And so, even though she was elected by the Electoral College via voters in our complex voting system, at the end of the day, she reports to Joe Biden. He's the one who dictates what her policy positions will be.
The vice president isn't really elected. The president, the one, is elective, and whoever he chooses comes with him, correct? They just use the person on the ticket to help get more voters.
Yeah.
But she's not elected.
She's supposed to help with other sides.
But she's not elected. It was Joseph Biden and Donald Trump names. We never saw Kamala name up there.
Yeah.
Because if we did, they show as hell wouldn't have voted for it.
So with all the support that they had, they dropping the support. We want to show
where they came from,
where they
started from.
Let me show y'all this clip.
Where it ended.
Let me show y'all this clip and the celebration for Biden winning.
Obama, we take you back to
They was getting down too, especially that girl with the mask on.
And you know what? They giving out our cookout song, but it was Beyonce on it. It wasn't an original track because we don't play Beyonce at the
cookout.
At the cookout, we play
Barbecue,
Frankie Beverly.
the family reunion, the get together, the how you say it, the kickback.
The kickback.
You don't play Beyonce version.
Yeah, they letting these people with no rhythm out here dance to this song, knowing if you invite them, you're gonna have people bringing potato salad with raisins, coleslaw with raisins in it.
Oh man, now that's how it started. That would have to be what That was January.
That was January. We can only
I'm
have
just
some
gonna say
music
it.
playing behind it.
I'm just gonna say it. I regret voting for Biden. Definitely should have kept Trump in office. If I knew what I knew now, I would have voted different.
Oh no!
Now I wouldn't have voted for no Trump either.
Trump is a white supremacist.
The point
he's oppressing our voting.
What I got from this is there really is voter remorse.
Yeah.
We got we did a video on this March, maybe April.
Hell, they said when Trump was here, we were still able to get shipping coming here.
No, I'm talking about we did a video on voters remorse with with Simone Biles.
Simone
Sanders, and then I said that's vote, and the people that voted for them were saying you're not doing what you're supposed to do. When we found out that she wanted the secretary job, and he gave it to the Caucasian woman,
Polisky, what's her name?
Psaki. Yeah, and I said, oh, voters remorse. We did a video on that all the way back in like April or something. So when I saw this on Twitter, obviously you know who flocked to the tweet immediately: the right wingers, the Trump supporters. Yeah, you should have. But you had black people that saying, we told you not to vote for that motherfucker, and we still voted for him.
Particularly black men told you not to vote for him.
It wasn't just black men, probably majority. But it was a lot of black women too. We're not gonna throw the sisters on the bus like that.
Well, the sisters was saying they didn't have, yeah.
Well, I would say probably we think it was more black men telling them to vote for Trump.
Remember, get your ass to the polls.
You think there were more black men telling them to vote for Trump?
I think a lot of us telling them don't vote, period. And you know, there's some people out there, how can you not vote? And then you sit back and say, yeah, sit it out. Let them fight to see who's going to get in the White House. They're not offering you any incentives, so why vote?
Yeah. By the way, diving a little bit back on Taliban right quick. You know, they're going
to say, I thought you said you were done with the Taliban.
Hey, that's a crazy story, man. Taliban is sitting on $1 trillion worth of minerals. Yeah, I want to show that. We already talked about that earlier, but it took some time to make this shit. We're going to show every damn slide I got. Let's keep it real. We're going to show every damn slide. But, all right, next topic. We can move on now. What we going to move to next? We got, it's a lot of stuff up here, man. We're going to save this right here, though. We're going to save that. Let's start right here. This is going to be kind of a jarring change of conversation. We're gonna go to Deshaun Watson. How about that?
Okay.
Lord. Deshaun Watson.
Nigga be trending every day on Google.
Yeah. I mean, kind of deserve to. Deshaun Watson text messages. No, we're not even gonna show that. Deshaun Watson's attorney, Rusty Hardin, blasts Tony Bowlesby in press conference. Now, they had if you don't know, Deshaun Watson is an NFL quarterback for the Texans. He has been accused by multiple
women.
I wasn't call them masseuse, but most of them are not even registered massage therapists. They're just women that he met on Instagram.
They don't be working at them massage parlors that be open at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning, do they?
But might as well with Deshaun Watson.
Can anybody understand why a massage parlor would be open up at midnight?
No, we know why.
They're typically Asian.
Well, you're not allowed to say that no more.
A lot of them are here in Seattle, Washington.
As you see here. Now, Deshaun Watson has been accused by multiple women of, I guess you call it, I don't know, what have they really accused him of? Is it sexual assault, sexual harassment?
Sexual assault or
harassment. Sexual harassment. So he is an NFL player. He wanted some massages. He went to Instagram, called up a bunch of women to come give him a massage. I think up to like 15 plus women have came out and said he sexually assaulted them. When you actually go into the story, it seemed more like none of these women, except a handful, were actual trained licensed massage therapists. Most of them were just Instagram girls, and he hired them to give him a quote unquote massage. Now,
Tony, a happy ending.
Yeah, Tony Bowlesby, he came out recently and said that the FBI is going into this as possible trafficking, which is a big deal. But the problem with it is the reason why Deshaun Watson's attorney is angry is Tony Bowlesby is making it seem like they're investigating Deshaun Watson and not just investigating the whole situation and see what's happening. So they're really painting it in a very negative fashion for Deshaun, and the attorney got to do his job. You can't let stories like this take over mainstream media. And he also angry because Tony Bowlesby, who we did a video on, he's trying to make this a public trial because they want a settlement. They don't want this to actually go to court stuff. They want a settlement and money. So he wanted to be public to shame him constantly so he'll finally say, all right, fine.
This is what I've always said. If you're willing to settle out of court for money against an act that you feel that was committed against you,
not a civil trial, but if you decide you don't want a criminal trial, you want a civil trial, that says a lot about.
Then you don't feel like an act was committed against you. You're just trying to extort this man for money.
And that's another part of the investigation from the FBI, which is possible extortion that they were doing. Rusty Hardin, the attorney requesting Texan quarterback Deshaun Watson in the 22 civil lawsuits, 22, I'm sorry, not 15, accusing him of sexual assault, went on the offense against opposing attorney Tony Bowlesby on Wednesday. In a 19-minute press conference, Harding addressed recent stories about the investigation to his client, but also took time to blast the attorney representing the women who claimed Watson assaulted him during massage sessions from 2020 to 2021. On Tuesday, Bowlesby told League of Justice founder Amy Dash that the FBI has met with him and several of his clients regarding Watson. During his press conference, Hardin confirmed there is an FBI investigation looking into both Watson and the accusers, but also warned about reading too much into the beginning of the investigation, saying that they are meant to be kept confidential. I can only conclude that Mr. Bowlesby's knowledge of the criminal justice system and the way it works, probably if you put it into Thimble, there would be a lot of room left. Hardin said, what he's done here is harm his clients and harm the investigators that need to be confidential. Bugby shrugged off Hardin's comments. Of course he did, because he want a settlement. But just like everything else, we ain't convicting nobody. We're not going to say that the women are lying, but we are going to go through stuff that's being said. Now, if you're paying attention to what's going on, text messages of the incident, the alleged incident, should I say, have been released. Watson and his attorney feel like, hey, we got to go on the offensive now. Y'all making this too public. We saw one girl go do an interview with Tasha K, and the other one did another sit-down interview with a news network. It was two, both black, by the way. I don't know if all the women are black, but at least
they're not all black.
So the two of them that were black are the ones who came forth and did interviews. Now I'm going to show some of the text messages. And you have people saying that, it didn't make him look the best, talking about Deshaun Watson. Even though in the text messages, I don't see how he looks bad. I don't see, when you look at these text messages, I don't see anything that makes him look like, I don't see how anything makes him look like a bad person, or at least like it wasn't at least somewhat mutual understanding of what's supposed to happen. But yeah, let me just go through these right quick. Da-da-da. All right. Flag there. As you can see here, it said, can you text the address again? This is Deshaun Watson. Somebody said, you have all size towels, right? They said, no, I thought I could go get some. Can you bring them with you? Okay, I'm gonna run and see what I can find in NRG. Okay, no worries. Take your time walking in. Okay, I'm at the door. Hi, Deshaun. I just want to say thank you for trusting me with your massage today. I'll be here till January 3rd if you'd like to get another one. Sounds good. Thank you. Sound like it went good. She willing to be there again. Meet again. So, I mean, if he's just assaulting these women, it says you didn't mind it. Now, listen to this. I hope all is well. I just want to say I apologize for my actions. That was not me, and if I could take it back that moment, I would. I really devalue my integrity and profession. My sessions have never went like that. I feel really horrible as a person. I'm sorry, what do you mean?
So she don't feel like nothing happened. She's like, what are you talking about?
No, I think, and this one right here, isn't he the one that said, I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean?
Oh, yeah. He's in the black. She's in the green.
So she's saying, I'm sorry. It don't normally go like that.
She normally don't, you know.
She said, I devalue my integrity and profession. Now, this is the girl that allegedly gave him oral sex. She said he...
it shows when you're around a man at a higher standard.
You apologize for doing stuff that he wants... But yeah, this is another one. He said, let me hit my manager and send it to me. I'm currently on vacation, so I will get it to you. She said, hi, Deshaun. I know you're probably busy, but can you scan me the executed copy of the original NDA you have via email? Also, I want to know if you're interested in a follow-up call to make sure we're on the same page about a game plan moving forward. Warm regards, Shanae. Deshaun, I need to speak with your manager again. Hey, Deshaun, your manager was pretty contentious about negotiations. No problem. I wish you the best and good luck.
Okay.
I don't see no friction.
Where he's
no
not even
allegations
talking right here.
Huh?
He's not even saying nothing right here. She's sending text messages out.
Well, I think he told the manager to call. He didn't need to respond. He should talk to the manager.
Okay.
But it's like,
what's so bad?
At least over the text messages, they didn't say anything, no accusations, no, that was wrong. They apologizing to him. They're being very professional. Am I missing something?
No, you're not missing anything.
All right. Here's the other article. Yeah, that's the other woman. I'm going to show y'all right quick. Let me make sure I said it out right quick. Hold on. All right, so this is the woman who went on Tasha K's show. All right, so this is the woman who went on Tasha K's show. She gave a breakdown about what happened between them. Try to get through this, click through it. I'm not gonna try to watch the whole thing, but I might, so you can, because you haven't seen this, have you?
No.
Okay. So
why she named the video that?
Because that's what happened.
Next appointment, I didn't think it would turn the way it did.
What happened?
The second appointment was just really inappropriate. He was very touchy-feely. He would act like he accidentally brushed up against my butt. Like if I would be on the side of his neck or if I'd be at the front of the massage table and I would massage their neck, he would reach his hands back and try to grab my butt, or he would go like this and act like he accidentally brushed up against me. It was to the point where it came a time in the massage where I was massaging him from a distance because he kept trying to touch me and I had to keep jumping back. And then
why would you keep trying to?
Thank you.
Why would you keep trying to get a massage?
I'm not excusing his behavior, but you at that point feel uncomfortable with
him trying to
touch you or grope you. You're saying he's trying to grope you.
Yeah.
Why don't you say, hey, Deshaun, you know, you keep touching me inappropriately. I want to end the session.
Yeah, you're doing too much.
You're doing too much.
Leave out.
Either you're going to stop what you're doing or I'm going to leave. It shouldn't even be if you're going to stop what you're doing. It's already gone too far for you because you feel like he's trying to grope you.
You just bounce.
Just leave.
First massage, he basically told me he didn't want the rest of his body massaged. He wanted his groin area massaged and his butt only. He was fully waxed and he kept saying, do you want to put it in your mouth? And yeah, it was just very, very, very uncomfortable. I'm trying to be professional, but still get through this hour-long massage, you know, without any conflict. I just didn't want any conflict. I knew the owner of the salon, she was very proud to have this person as a client. And that was like her main focus at the time, like keep this person happy. There came a time in the massage where he would be erect the entire time. And he had pre-cum coming out of his penis, and it was all over his stomach, and he kept telling me to rub in that area or try to make me touch it. It always escalated every appointment. The only thing that really bothered me in the first appointment is he kept asking me to go inside of his butt. And I was just so confused. Normally on my male clients, well, any of my clients, I'll stop at the lower thigh. And, you know, just don't like their buttocks touched. And so I'll stop at the lower thigh, and he kept asking me to go inside.
Like,
and so I would
like the crack or the hole?
I originally thought it was the crack. And so
Lord have mercy. Come on. Watson, what you doing out here, man?
Well, let's say this. If you are a woman that is massaging a man's groin, I'm pretty sure it's gonna get erect.
Yeah, that part is. I think that's the normal part, at least. For people, for a woman to be massaging a man, that's normal. I don't think most massage therapists will be shocked at a man being erect doing a massage. It's like whatever, but it's like
he wants you to take his fingers and stick it in his damn asshole.
What's going on, bro?
While he massaging his ass, that's off.
Yeah, that was her account of that was her account of what happened. Now we're gonna show the other accuser and what she had to say about the situation, allegation she made. I'm only gonna show like the first minute of this one. It's a 12-minute one. Because she said something in the beginning that really made me go, wait, what? She really should be not in this case. When you see what she said, you're gonna realize why I say that. All right, hold on. All right. Let's go. And I watch this.
Story today.
Just to help other women that may be going through the same thing that I'm going through.
Mm-hmm. So tell me first off, what happened? Like, where does your story begin when it comes to with Deshaun?
Like, where did it start?
Yes. Like, did he contact you, or what happened?
Yes, he contacted me through the DM, April of 2019, I believe, and that's how it started.
And what exactly happened? What transpired? Just give me details on what happened after the DM. So you got this direct message from him?
Yes, got a direct message, said he was interested in getting a massage. I let him know I don't do massages, and that's on my Instagram page, but I was trained in it.
So keep that in mind. So she doesn't do massages.
So what do you do?
No, there's other stuff she probably do. I don't know, but she doesn't do. The point is, just keep that in mind. She do not do massages.
From there, he said he wanted to come in. He was fine with that.
He was fine that she don't do massages, but he didn't want to come in.
To come in, get a massage by me. We set up an appointment for that afternoon.
Wait, what?
This is totally off subject, but she is gorgeous. She's very pretty.
Yeah, she's pretty.
So it's clear that he didn't care about you being no damn massages because he found you attractive.
He literally like, what are you telling me this for? Like, you know what it's
she's
about.
She's very pretty to me. She's very pretty.
So she said she told him she don't do massages. He said, okay, I'm fine with that. I'm coming in for a massage. Wait, what? All right.
And you said
she's gonna learn today.
Told him you don't do massages though.
I did.
Oh, you did at the time?
No, I told him I did not do massages.
Okay, and what did he say?
He was fine with that.
So why didn't you say, sir, I can't
massages.
help you with this because I don't do massages.
Now
but
watch this.
he's gonna be training you to do massages, I guess.
Now listen to the interviewer.
So he asked to come to your place of business for a massage, even though you said you don't do massages.
Exactly.
So when that happened, when he asked you to do a massage, what was your response to that?
I said I'm not trained. I said I'm trained in massage, but I don't offer them, like publicly. But you know, he's an athlete. Thought it was great for my business.
Okay, that's all I need to hear. I don't need nothing else. So wait, you don't do massages,
but you're trained.
You're trained to do them, but you don't do them.
But because you thought it would be good.
I think what that means is she didn't complete a course to get a license to do it, I guess.
But just having this man at your business is going to attract more customers?
She's saying he's an athlete, so I thought it'd be good for my business. But you don't do, I don't understand. You don't do them publicly.
On the job training.
So she's saying that if somebody comes to my business and asks for a massage and asks for it, I'll give it to them, but I don't offer it. It's not an offer, but you can ask for it. Isn't that the same thing they say about those happy endings? It's not an offer, but you can ask for it.
It's not on the
menu.
Menu, but
you can get it as a dessert.
As a dessert if you want.
I don't know, man.
I just opened up a month prior, so I thought, you know, my marketing was great and everything, so I was flattered.
And what happened when he came? It was that afternoon he came in, right?
Yes, that afternoon. He reached out to me that morning.
So what happened when he came? And this was, you said what date again?
Don't remember the specific day, but it was April of 2019.
Okay, and so he came in and what happened?
He came in, said he wanted his massage, said he would tell me what areas he wanted massage when we were beginning to start. I brought him into the room. He said he didn't like the towel that I provided for him, which was like a full body towel. He said he didn't like that. He wanted something smaller. Searched my spa high and low. I'm like, I don't have any medium-sized towels. All I have is my facial towels. He said, that's perfect. That's what I wanted.
So he wanted certain areas to be exposed.
So right here, you know what you're here for. Right here, you know.
Okay.
Even if you're gonna be naive and act like you didn't know when he DM'd you.
I mean, who want to be asked out on a damn?
We're gonna act like we're gonna be naive and say, okay, you didn't know it when he DM'd you for a massage and you say you don't do massages. We're gonna clearly he didn't give a demo. You say you don't do it because he thought this girl looked good. We're gonna be naive for a second. At this point, you should have known what he was there for. There's no way you didn't know what he was there for at this point right here.
And then what happened?
After that, he got changed. I left out of the room to let him get changed. When I came back in, he was completely naked, face down, and the towel only covered his butt.
And what were you thinking when you saw that?
I was like, he's a big football player. Like, that's a pretty small towel. It just kind of threw me for a loop a little bit, but...
He's a big football player. It's a small towel.
Exactly.
Come on, lady.
She's talking about he's a big... How did she say that again?
What?
She said he was a big football player that
It's
wanted a small towel.
Yeah. Like, come on, lady.
It should have been a big football player with a big towel.
Yeah, but you let him use that little ass towel. But
professionalism, and said we can begin our massage.
And so you started the massage, and what happened?
That's when he instructed me what areas he wanted massaged. He said he was very particular. He only wanted his glutes, his hamstrings, and his thighs massaged. Thought that was a little irregular, but he must have seen my face, and he was like, I do a lot of running and kicking, so that's necessary. So I said, okay, and that's where I started on his hamstrings.
And then what happened?
After starting on his hamstrings, he instructed me to go closer to his glutes. Did so in that. I didn't find that part irregular because that's pretty typical for massage. It wasn't until maybe 30 minutes into that he wanted me to go deeper into the crevices of his butt, closer to his testicles, and he kept instructing me to go further and further and further in.
And what are you thinking there this whole time?
At that point, I'm getting flustered. I'm very nervous, trying to stay professional on my end. Like I said, I'm not a massage therapist. Although I was trained in massage, that was a little bit different and difficult for me.
And what did it lead up to?
From there, just continued the massage for maybe about an hour or so. He kept instructing me to kind of go deeper in. I didn't oblige because I was pretty uncomfortable, so I stayed pretty much in the hamstring area. Then he, in return, flipped over on his back. He said he wanted his pelvic area massaged. We started there. At that point, I was uncomfortable because the towel had fell. He instructed me to leave the towel down, so he's completely nude, penis erect, and everything. At this point, I'm very, very uncomfortable. I wanted to end the session, but at the time, I was very scared. I was nervous. I didn't know.
Okay.
Please don't think I sound insensitive. They always say this is your place of business.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of here.
It harms him more if you tell him to leave and he started rucking, you call the cops and say, this dude tried to get me to give him a happy ending. Like, it harms his image more.
I don't believe nothing.
You don't believe none of it?
I believe that what he's instructing them to do, I'm just having a hard time believing that they feel so uncomfortable, and her own place of business where she owns Or she would not tell this man, get your damn clothes on, get the fuck out of my shop. Or either something else happened.
What you think?
This man is flipped over on his ass. You can see his balls. You can see his balls, and he's erected. You seeing something underneath his damn balls is erected. And he flipped over, and the towel just fall off.
And leave it down.
And it's, oh no, leave it down. And you don't go at that. You sitting here this whole time for hours seeing this man dick, and you don't think, if you're not interested, or you so uncomfortable, you don't tell him to get out. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I agree. But there's the bigger side of this, the bigger discussion to be had is Deshaun Watson's clear problem he has.
He has a problem. He likes to go to massage.
No. He has the spirit of Samson on him.
He has a spirit of lust.
Exactly. He clearly has a problem. Of Solomon, should I say? He has a girlfriend that he could just get massages from.
He don't want a massage from her.
So clearly, it's more to it. I think Deshaun Watson, he's gonna learn the hard way that he needs to learn to show restraint.
He does, but he's quote unquote a high value man.
Yeah, he has different.
So he's the type of person where he want multiple women.
Well, you still gotta learn. Look, man, they have companies and organizations created to help athletes get access to women any way they want it, and it's private and protected. There's no way in hell you should be DMing women to get a damn massage from them, so that you can get your rocks off. Like, come on, bruh. You gotta get smart. There's no way in hell you are a millionaire and you are still trying to get women over Instagram. That's insanity. What are you doing? You can't be that's stupid. Let's be honest. It's stupid. And he's trapped in lust.
Well, hold on. What did he view women of Instagram as? Prostitutes. Which is going to lead us into our next
topic.
He's viewing them as prostitutes. He viewed the Instagram model as whores. You go on there, you look at their IG pages, you're flipping through a catalog, and you choose which one you want, right? That's how they view it. Not celebrities in general, that's how they view it.
Yeah, but still, you got to learn how to have restraint. You can't be running around, man. You can't be running around, moving like that.
No, you can't.
Especially when you are who he is. So it makes no sense. But as you said, that's going to lead us to the next topic. Oh, man. OnlyFans is banning porn, the very thing that made it big. Okay. Yeah. OnlyFans decided that they're going to finally, because remember they had an evaluation. They want an evaluation of $1 billion. But they can't get any, they have all this money, but no, sorry, all this, what do they call it? They're so popular and well known, but they have no sponsorships because of the content they put out. So they're stuck.
Yeah, they're stuck. So they're getting ready to move the women off of OnlyFans into make them into like a corporate thing where they work in buildings.
I think you're going to buildings.
Yeah. So this kind of
I don't think they're going that far that quickly.
It's going to eventually. It's going to become brothel houses. They have those in Las Vegas already. Remember?
Yeah. What's it called? The Bunny Ranch.
The Bunny Ranch.
Yeah. The only legal
place that does that. I think it's going to be eventually legalized all over the United States. New York,
Cali, they'll end up doing it first outside of Nevada.
This ties back when I was talking about Sodom and Gomorrah and the men being out. So the women going to be in the brothel houses and the damn men. Remember, there is a gay manifesto out there.
Yeah.
That tells you what they plan on doing.
Well, let's get into the article. OnlyFans is getting out of the pornography business. They probably we was never really supposed to be in it. They just flocked to us because what website was that? It was another website that was doing it.
You said Minker?
No,
you said something.
No, it was what's the name of that site? It was a site.
Tinder?
No.
OnlyFans?
It was before OnlyFans. It was a site before OnlyFans they was on. That site stopped doing it. Then they moved on to OnlyFans.
Backpage.
No, we're not gonna get it. I forgot it. So they was on Backpage years ago. That was years ago. They got them off Backpage because of the alleged child trafficking.
Yeah,
and the probably were mad. Like, F that. We need this for protection.
Was Backpage considered like Craigslist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. Craigslist has it right now. So
no, they don't. They took it all.
Oh, they did. I didn't know that. So
I haven't been on Craigslist in years, but you used to be able to go on there and they would have certain little categories.
Was it Meetup? Man. Oh no, it's
men and women and men. They had all different types. Platonic.
I think it was MMW from Men Meet Women.
Yeah.
W.
And they had it under like Platonic, I believe.
Yeah, Platonic Meetup, something like that. So starting in October, the company will prohibit.
And they also used to have little code words for people for drugs too.
Yeah, that's still going on, I think. Starting in October, the company will prohibit creators from posting material that is sexually explicit conduct. With sexually explicit conduct on its website, which many sex workers use to sell fans explicit content. They'll still be allowed to put up new photos and videos, providing they're consistent with OnlyFans policy. The company said on Thursday. The popularity of social media service exploded during the pandemic as sex workers, musicians, and online influencers use it to charge fans for exclusive access to photos, videos, and material. OnlyFans has attracted more than 130 million users. They almost caught up with Twitter. That popularity also brought in additional scrutiny, and OnlyFans is positioning itself more as a forum for musicians, fitness instructors, and chefs than sex workers. While many of its most popular creators post videos of themselves engaging in sexual behavior, several mainstream celebrities like Bella Thorne, Cardi B, and Tyga have also set up accounts. The changes are needed because of mounting pressure from banking partners and payment providers, according to the company. OnlyFans is trying to raise money from outside investors at a valuation of more than $1 billion. In order to ensure the long-term sustainability of our platform and continue to host an inclusive community of creators and fans, we must evolve our content guidelines. Evolve. The company is run by its founder, Tim Stokely, and owned by Leonid Rodovinsky,
Jew,
an internet entrepreneur. The company has been praised for giving sex workers a safe place to do their jobs. Lord have mercy. Come on, man. Why y'all giving it this type of description? To do their jobs. Come on, man. But sex workers still have a stigma. The company handled more than $2 billion in sales last year and is on pace to generate more than double that this year. It keeps 20% of that figure. Jesus.
Wow.
Jesus. So out of possible $4 billion, they're going to keep 20% of that.
Just imagine if you could have a business of women that you employ to, it's so many different, they could be escorts. They could do like they're doing on OnlyFans, where just cyber show you what they're doing.
Webcam.
Or just, there's so many different menus they could have for these women to do, and the government can make money off of that.
But see, they don't know how to go about it yet. I think they don't know how to go about it.
Oh, they know how to go about it. Have a pandemic and have their asses out where they ain't got no choice but to sell ass. That's how they doing it.
The news disappointed some of the sex workers who come to rely on OnlyFans. Sifai, a 30-year-old from Dallas who declined to provide her real name, began posting to OnlyFans a few years ago and relies on the site to pay her bills. She wrote a few blogs for the She wrote a few blogs for the company in its early days and even spoke with Stokely. But over the past years, he noticed the company shifting its focus away from sex work and more to other types of online creators, enabling a similar move at the company. Patreon, I think that's what it was. I think it was Patreon first. And Patreon, like, we got to get rid of you.
YouTube Patreon?
Yeah, Patreon. It's not YouTube Patreon.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Patreon.
I just always associated with YouTube.
No, YouTubers usually have a Patreon because that's where the real money is. Paywall. Earlier this year, OnlyFans introduced a new app that features many of its top creators but doesn't include any nudity. If you look at all the promos, they don't promote us at all. I noticed a huge drop in promoting and them promoting people who did sex work. Of course they did.
I mean, it don't look good for right now, at least.
No, it's never going to look good.
It's going to look good when they allow it to be considered a job. When that start being promoted.
And when is that gonna be? When is that gonna happen?
You remember your future.
I don't think so.
You don't think it's gonna get there?
I said
it's got to get there. I think it's prophesied.
I think it's gonna get there, but I don't think it's gonna happen that soon because there's so many things they got to do first. First, they got to legalize it. It's not legal.
Well, why? Okay, let's. In Seattle, Washington, they have places where you go get coffee from, and the women work in these places, and they don't have no clothes on. All they have on it's called bikini coffee.
Oh yeah.
Anywhere you can go in Washington State, they have little coffee shops, look like little tiny houses, set up on corners everywhere on streets where you can go get your coffee. Now you would ask the question, why do they employ women to wear bikinis to serve coffee? Matter of fact,
it's the same thing as Hooters.
No, it's a little worse than Hooters, dude.
I know they wear a bikini. I'm just saying, Hooters the same thing. We need you to wear a bra that push your breasts up and wear this shirt that has a deep cut in it and wear these tiny shorts. It's the same thing. Sell sex.
Sometimes sex sells, but sometimes it's like they ain't got no clothes on.
Well, I mean, some of these women that work at Hooters, you might not have no shirt on.
There's a difference between giving a tease and just showing everything.
Well, we know how that go. So yeah, OnlyFans, they said, we saw in the article, they said they're still going to allow it. They're just not going to promote it, and it has to go through the guidelines. They're going to allow nudity and stuff. So,
they're going to allow nudity?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we read it right there. Hold on. The popular charge fans, the needed company OnlyFans trying to raise outside. We read all that. Run by its founder, the county. Yeah, it said that they're still going to allow nudity and stuff.
Okay.
But it has to meet.
You got to meet the policies.
The new policies they got. Yeah, you said right there. They'll still be allowed to put up nude photos and videos, provided they are consistent with OnlyFans policy. I think more than likely, you're not going to be able to do anything with another person. Maybe you got to wear a bikini. You got to have something on covering certain things.
They ain't going to work for everybody.
Yeah, the dude's going to.
Some people are very visual.
Some dude's going to bounce on. Look like you lose. And by the way, most of the people on, this is what's crazy. Most of the women that were doing that on OnlyFans are Instagram quote unquote models. So the Instagram model will build her name on Instagram and then transfer their audience to OnlyFans. So Instagram stopped letting them promote on Instagram. You can't put your OnlyFans link in your bio because it's.
And this goes back to Deshaun Watson going on Instagram getting quote unquote masseuse when it's just him going through a catalog of women. He want to choose who he gonna have massage his asshole for the day.
Yeah, pretty much. Come on,
why the hell he want to get his anus massage?
You gotta get some restraint. You gotta get some restraint, Deshaun. I mean, only thing that's happened now is you lost your little Christian image that you try to build. You lost that. That's gone. Throw it out. Crunch it up. Throw it in the trash. Over the shoulder. Bam. It's gone. But you have to learn to get through, because this could have went really bad for you. They saying that you sexually assaulted them during a massage. They could have said rape. Somebody could have said you held me down, even if it didn't happen. It could have went real left for you. Really try to extort you out some money, but are you in a room by yourself with a woman and she could say anything happened, even if it didn't happen, and you might get found not guilty, but you'll always have that stigma on you.
Because some people when they go get these massage, they don't attend these sessions by themselves. They bring their wives or their girlfriends in the room for their session.
Yeah, they both get massages. You in there by yourself.
Or they get couples massages.
Yeah. You in there by yourself. It could have went real bad for you. But
even in the doctor's office, a woman not supposed to a female doctor is not supposed to do they call it a checkup on you. Yeah. But they do still sometimes.
Well, yeah, they do. But All right, next topic. What? What you say? What'd you say?
They've been to hear it, they'll hear it.
All right. Now you don't want to say what you said. You ain't gonna stand up. I guess we gotta go to the next topic now. Let's see what we got. Fuck it. We'll go here.
Back on COVID-19.
Another jarring turn. We ain't going through smooth topics this time. Let's talk about a lot of stuff this time. The Defender, reports of injuries, deaths after COVID vaccine climb steadily as FDA, CDC signed off on third shot of not inoculation,
immunocompromised.
Yeah.
So
immunocompromised.
I was confused because 2 months ago, the CDC was like, you don't need no third shot.
Yeah, you don't need one.
Pfizer was like,
Yeah,
you don't
do.
need a third shot. And people like, oh, Pfizer just doing that because they're. But now the CDC is saying you're going to need that third shot.
Third shot now.
And I have an old employee who I call she was like, I'm not getting that third shot because this just going to continue. It's just going to be a fourth shot, a fifth shot, and a sixth shot. And I said, I try to warn you before you got the first two, but it was your decision. I'm not promoting, I'm telling anybody not to, if that's your decision to do it. But yeah, now she's coming to the realization that it's going to be like the flu shot where you have to continue to get a seasonal shot for these different variants that are coming out.
Pretty much. And if we think that's how it always
that was the plan from the beginning. I think they're literally going to replace these variants with the flu. Because do you hear about influenza, the flu anymore? Do you hear about that at all?
Oh, we already did a video on that.
No, they be talking about the flu season. And do we hear about the flu season in the past almost 2 years? Have they even talked about the flu?
It's just
been about to be 2 years.
Yeah.
Next March will be 2 years.
But yeah, this is a screenshot. Somebody put this on Twitter, and I saw it. Vaccine effectiveness against infection. Moderna in January 2021, 86%. In July, 76%. Pfizer in January, 76%. In July, 42%.
That is how much of a decrease?
You're supposed to get a booster. This is them pushing the booster shot now. Now they're saying, and this is understood, this is nothing strange. We know that when you take a vaccine, it does have a deteriorate. It does deteriorate over time.
It has a deadline.
Yeah. So you're supposed to get you're supposed to get a shot, and then 8 months later get a booster, and that's it. But with this one, because they wanted you to take two, they put them too close together. So now it's deteriorating faster.
But it should have lasted. Well, no.
So now this was in July. So what is this now?
It's about to be September.
It's about to be September.
Does anybody realize how fast this year has gone by?
Oh yeah, time going quick. We already about to be 9 months in. Somebody having a baby. Somebody about to have a baby. Living 9 months. It's crazy. But yeah. It's speeding, boy.
And the weather. I keep going back to the weather.
Yeah.
I leave it alone. It's off topic.
But yeah, this is the article they wrote. This is based off the VAERS data from the CDC. Now let me say this. The VAERS data is self-reported. It's not reported in a certain clean fashion. You can just report it yourself. If you take any sort of vaccine that exists, anyone, if you have any sort of
so you're saying
injury,
just imagine the numbers that are not being self-reported.
That too, and some of these numbers probably are people that just overreacting to something. I had a vaccine and my throat started itching, so you report it, and it might have just been you had some peanuts. So I'm not saying the numbers are completely reliable, but they're not completely wrong.
Whatever they tell you, double it, triple it.
You see, these are the numbers.
Because the numbers they tell you now were happening when it first started.
Yeah, this was between, I think this is 2020 to now. Excluding form reports, field of VAERS, adverse events, including 5,000. As you see, the data released August 13th by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention showed that between December 14th in 2020 and August 6th, 2021, a total of 576,831 total adverse events were reported to VAERS, including 12,791 deaths, an increase of 425 over the previous week. There were 77,000 reports of serious injuries, including deaths during this same time period, up 7,385 compared with the previous week. So, these are the numbers right here. Let me zoom in right quick.
Only 57 people went to the emergency room?
Yeah.
But look at all those people in a
this don't make sense.
Visit.
It's 95,000 office visits.
Birth effects.
Yeah, that's something they don't really want to
recovered.
Nothing serious. 230,000
permanent
total.
Disability.
Yeah.
So how could that be that? How could it be all those people in the waiting office?
But
the emergency room is only 57 people.
I don't know. Maybe I missed something. I guess these are the reporting. So people call in and said, I went to the emergency room, but I didn't get I didn't have to stay overnight or something. Or maybe somebody said I was hospitalized, prolonged.
The emergency room is a waiting room. Emergency room and waiting room are kind of tied together.
Emergency room is emergency. I have a serious pain and I need to deal with it right now. But if something's done,
you have to wait when you go to the emergency room sometimes.
When a waiting room might not just be the
it says office visit.
Okay. And look, man, I don't give a damn.
Oh, never mind. There says one that says emergency doctor/room.
Yeah. So as you can see,
okay,
I'll put an article in the description. They went through all the numbers. This is based off the CDC. That's the CDC put this out. But I want to show you this. This is a website I found who are, they're almost trying to dismiss the numbers. It said, don't fall for the VAERS scare tactic. Anti-vaxxers show how a precious vaccine adverse event reporting database can be used to scare the public. The Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, or VAERS, is being misused by anti-vaxxers to terrify the public. It's a shame because VAERS plays a vital role in detecting important but rare reactions caused by vaccines. The weaponization of VAERS by anti-vaccine activists serves as a reminder that serves as a reminder that having access to more information does not always lead to better decisions. What? Information needs to be correctly interpreted to guide us in the right direction. Do you hear what he just said? That it's a bad thing to have too much have access to all information. So he's kind of making the argument. Number one, he's trying to dismiss VAERS and say that it's not a reliable thing. Only if you are an expert is it reliable. So for most people, you shouldn't even care about it. It's not real to you. So he's making an argument that you shouldn't listen to it, but at the same time arguing the CDC can use it. But
everything is misinformation.
Yeah, he's literally saying information is misinformation. So he went through the whole thing, kind of going at it. So yeah, I just wanted to show that how the crazy people sound when they say stuff like having too much information is a bad thing. That's kind of crazy. I'm also going to show y'all a video of people talking about the VAERS data. Let me show you this.
Now.
All right, hold on. All right.
Some social media posts citing VAERS data as a source of vaccine-related deaths have gained traction recently. Putting you first, we spoke to officials to find out what VAERS data is and what we can and can't learn from it. Now, VAERS refers to the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. The system, created in 1999 by the FDA and CDC, was established to manage reports of side effects to any vaccine. Now, when accessing VAERS data, there is a lengthy disclaimer, which in part reads, while very important in monitoring vaccine safety, VAERS reports alone cannot be used to determine if a vaccine caused or contributed to an adverse event or illness. The reports may contain information that is incomplete, inaccurate, coincidental, or unverifiable in large part. Reports to VAERS are voluntary, which means they are subject to biases. It's a disclaimer which was echoed by the South Central Health District.
Nothing that is reported into the VAERS system is cleaned up, which means that, Susie next to you, in the house next door, she could post 3 things. She could report 3 different things about things that she had just heard about. She could post all of those and it won't be taken out of the system.
When it comes to VAERS data, the CDC additionally states reports of adverse events to VAERS following vaccination, including deaths, do not necessarily mean that a vaccine caused a health problem. A review of available clinical information, including death certificates, autopsy, and medical records, has not established a causal link to COVID-19 vaccines. And
there's no link. So that's the article. Just making sure I put it out there. What the other side of the story is, what they believe. The VAERS data is basically what they're saying is not trustworthy. To the public, by the way, to the public. Another fact checker: 6,000 VAERS reports were deleted for being foreign entry. CDC says users are claiming that the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention deleted report of 6,000 deaths from the U.S. vaccine adverse event reporting system. The CDC told Reuters the entry removal was due to foreign reporting being combined with domestic reporting. Examples can be seen here and here. The text in one post reads, "Does this surprise you? Does it frustrate you? Not only are deaths and adverse reactions already underreported, but then they have to delete the information. It's absolutely ridiculous and super disrespectful." Click below to read a full article. Archives and the CDC pages questions here show that an increase and decrease in the numbers of deaths reported to VAERS and archive versions, so they should go through all that. So people were saying that they was taking numbers out of the database.
Mm-hmm.
Because they said that it was foreign reported. What do they mean by that? They mean some people in other countries were logging into the FDA, CDC database saying that they...
That's what they're saying.
So why would they do that?
I don't...
If I'm in Canada, why would I do that? I don't understand. But they said that's what happened.
Or they could just try to make it look less worse than what it is by deleting 6,000.
That's possible. But like I said, they said it's not what happened. We're going to say that's not what happened. I'm going to let them have it. They can have it. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
There's a channel called Sky Australia News. They be going in on America.
Well, they're basically what they're what Fox News used to be. Fox News has been so neutered.
Fox News should get them on their channel.
No, Fox News. The reason why they're all the way in Australia because Fox News can't talk like that no more. American look.
Oh, you remember that video you showed me where they cut the guy off?
Oh, yeah, he's talking about George Soros.
Mm-hmm.
That was Fox News. He started talking about George Soros and they cut him off.
Producers in the back like, you're not here to talk about this. We're not going to talk about this. Let's move on.
And they was like,
they
got quiet.
She was like,
okay.
Next up is that
it was a black woman. She's like, all right, move on, nigga.
She just happy to be there because she know she don't even look like the prototype of women they have on there.
She remind me a lot of that Laura Ingraham woman. The way she
they like blonde women.
I'm talking about her mannerism.
Oh, her mannerism. Not the feature. Not feature.
Features.
The features.
Yeah.
Her phenotype is not typically on Fox News.
But yeah, okay, let's talk about a little bit more geopolitical stuff. Not geopolitical, but foreign politics. Australia. You know what's going on?
Australia.
You know what's going on in Australia right now? You know they have military on the ground.
I think they're the test dummies. Please don't get offended. But if you're in Australia, listen to us because we know you do listen to us.
Why, matey? I think we said the wrong one. I think that's
They say mate.
You say mate. That's Australia. I mean, that's not Australia. It's Britain, ain't it?
For mate?
Yeah. Yeah, they say mate too.
They say mate. Dude, where they from?
Travis,
where are they from?
I was mixing it up. Okay, I got it.
Remember they came from Europe
and
killed
prisoners.
Prisoners
came from Europe.
Prisoners came from Europe and killed the natives there.
Yeah.
And took we'll be back on the subject. We're talking about
back in Australia they have military on the ground to enforce their mandatory vaccine in
I
their
think they are using them as the test.
I don't know.
See what the people will do when you literally have your government policing you and telling you you can't leave the house.
Well, Australia don't have no guns.
I know.
So look, man, look, all these countries ain't got no guns. I'm just saying it's looking bad for them. But you know, in Australia, I guess we call him the prime minister, or no, not the prime minister. I forgot his name. Their health leader. I don't know the name they call it. He came out and told parents of 24,000 to take their kids to a stadium so they can be vaccinated and wait outside the building. And you would think people would be like, hell no, what are you talking about?
And they did it?
They did it. They took their kids to the stadium to be vaccinated. And there was a video of a Australian dude holding on to his 7-year-old daughter. She was crying. And the nurses just kind of ripped her away from him. And the girl started crying and wailing. And the father, he reacted. And the cops just threw him to the ground and arrested him.
That reminds us of that video we showed y'all in one of our other episodes where they were in South America, the guy was running from them getting the shot. He was on top of the roof, and they went all the way on top of the roof and pinned his ass down and gave him the shot on top of the roof.
Gave him the shot right there.
Give me the shot right here. You're gonna say, give me the mark right here.
Yeah, it was crazy. But their prime minister or whatever he is, he came out and he showed himself getting the vaccine, and he had a
Joe Biden did
allegedly. He had a press conference a little while ago, a couple days ago, and I want you to look at his face. Now, this is a man, who took the vaccine.
He actually took it, we believe.
But I'm gonna show y'all the dates and stuff. It might not add up. I'm just saying, it is showing it. It is what it is.
Providing great renown here in Australia, but around providing great services to the people of our state. It's a service that we built up over 7 or 8 years now that is not just renowned here in Australia, but around the world. And the quality of service that we provided over the last month is not up to standard. We are making headway in relation to the business grants, and I'll provide you with.
Oh, I can tell you off the bat, his mouth is twisted.
He like he on cocaine.
His face dropped.
He looked like he on that cocaine.
Yep. Half the left side of his face has dropped. You can see it just as clear.
Now I'm gonna show y'all this. How it started versus how it's going. Now you see here, this is him. He said, literally just got my first
AstraZeneca. AstraZeneca.
I just forgot how to say that word.
AstraZeneca.
No, fuck it. Jab at
it's AstraZeneca, ain't it?
No, AstraZeneca. Damn.
AstraZeneca, whatever.
Jesus Christ. Jab at the Homebush Vaccination Center. We recommend that everyone go through their GP, but if you can't, you can go to the NSW Health website for a place convenient to you. I choose to go to the public health because I want to test the customer experience. See more.
Ooh, he went to public health, so you got what we're supposed to get.
Yeah, that's how you fucked up at.
You didn't get sugar water in yours.
Now that was
allegedly.
back in May 27th. Now this right here is August 18th. He said at this morning's press conference, a number of people commented on my droopy eye. I have actually been diagnosed with Bell's palsy. See my post on LI for more information. So hold on. The man who went and got the jab a few months later has been diagnosed with Bell's palsy. We know it's not just the recent vaccine. Most vaccines have a side effect of Bell's palsy. So that's not new. But people are asking the question, was it the vaccine that did this? Okay, aren't we at the point where he would have had to have a booster shot by now? Or did he not get it yet?
I don't know.
I'm just saying. He took that. I'm just saying. 1 + 1 is 2. That's all I know.
No, they be trying to tell you 1 + 1 is 3.
Yeah.
Oh, Orlando Jones, I got some words for your ass. I got some words for your ass.
Hold on. Yeah, Orlando Jones, he got the same way we had to go in on Slim Thug, we got to go in on Orlando Jones. And you already got some beef with Orlando. There was a show. Listen. We'll get into that. We'll watch a video first. All right, so this is where Orlando Jones getting a little bit of flack for. He says he has some comments. Hold on.
Hey, go get a damn shot. Talking to me about the damn Tuskegee Institute, some mess happened a long time ago. Go get your shot, okay? Takes care of your people. She pregnant and she got the shot.
Yes, I did.
Okay. How many babies you done had?
This my only.
This your first time? I done had 2. I can tell you everything you need to do. Came right out of here. Well, they didn't come out. They came out of those. Anyway, you don't need to know how they came out.
Yeah, I don't need to know.
You don't need to know.
Okay, let's
You don't need to know about my situation.
Miss
By Jesus. Jesus said you need to get that shot
video
done.
is coming.
Let me be clear. Let me be real clear. Okay, I clearly done said something I wasn't supposed to say. I ain't going to hell behind you. You ain't prayed to him before. You say you ain't prayed to him about that dude that was asking you to go. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. He said I'm not supposed to be talking about that. I'm sorry about that. I didn't know you told me in confidence. You just you wanted to get this shot or not. I'm trying to help you out. I don't care if you Jesus.
Yo, coon ass. Let me tell you something. Orlando Jones was on a show. I like this show. It was called American Gods. I was into American Gods.
You said it right. You love that show.
I loved American Gods. I have actually, to be honest, I haven't watched it since he left. That's not the reason why I stopped watching it. So remember, he came out and spoke out about how they let him go off the show, and he tried to blame it on racism.
Yeah.
And niggas, we were riding for Orlando Jones. Then we find out he
hold on. Let me.
There she go. We find out that he with a white woman. And you talking about, we don't want to hear no black person who has chosen to go out and be with other people of different races talk about racism. You got your hug that you wanted. So don't talk about no fucking racism. And you out here leading our people to the damn wolves, talking about getting a damn shot.
Look, but laying in bed with your oppressor is not difficult.
You know what I'm saying? This is talking black, sleeping white. That's what he was doing in front of those black women.
Yeah.
Talking black.
Real black.
Because he don't talk to his wife like that. I'm sure he changes it up for her when he's around her.
Now, this is his comments he's had on Instagram. For those saying the words and posting this video, my own people call me a sellout. Also, for saying these words and posting this video, my own people call me a sellout, a Hollywood shield, a puppet. Standing for my people against bigotry and fighting for equality has cost this puppet millions of dollars. This ain't about money. I have no regrets. Sheeple is a term used by white supremacists to describe people who don't support their cause. Listening to my people quote their oppressor and not even know it is difficult. Watching people die from pure uncut ignorance of the reality of life. I was vaccinated at birth in the hospital. I was vaccinated before attending school. I was vaccinated in the work travel. I have received hepatitis A and B, rotavirus, death from throat. What you say that? Jesus.
Just let it go.
Yeah,
to see it.
You can have it. You can have that. Influenza type B, and that I can't even say half these damn words. If you attend school in America, you have received all the same vaccines as me. If you have traveled the world, you must have been vaccinated. No exceptions unless approved by the school board, a consultant, and a team of medical professionals. I am Orlando Jones, and I am unbothered, unpretentious, unpredictable, and unprecedented. I am the one exceptional. I am that one exceptional human fighting to free my kind from ignorance, colorism, and tyranny. You the
Colorism.
One.
Well, we know you don't see color.
Oh yeah, you can't see it.
She ain't got no color on her, so you right. You don't see no color.
You don't see none. Ignorance, colorism, and tyranny. I am blessed, and if you on Instagram, you're just like me, privileged and heavily vaccinated, lucky to be alive. And look at these two. Preach, Orlando. You better spit that hot fire, son. Let them know.
Cedric.
you just had to say the damn name.
Yeah, Cedric, Jim. Yeah, we know who y'all are. Listen, once again, these are our leaders telling us what we should do and how black they are and how much they can contribute to the black community, but don't want to produce black babies. I said it. Now I don't give a damn who don't like it.
That's true. Can't front. Okay, now we got to go to another topic. We're not even gonna stay on that long. Yeah. What's already said?
We gonna stay on Orlando as long as he was on American Gods. I said it.
A season.
Boy, I roast a nigga, boy.
For a season. All right, black couple forgives fist bumps. Overly politicized white man who shot at their home over Black Lives Matter sign. See, this right here.
Speaking of Mo Coons, because we left one, now we on two more.
Sentencing hearing. It's crazy. Sentencing hearings do not normally get friendly. That is what happened Tuesday when a white man when a white man got 4 to 10 years in prison for shooting a black couple's home over their Black Lives Matter sign and for vandalizing a white Joe Biden supporter's home. I'm not angry, Candace Hall told defendant Michael J. Frederick Jr. in the Michigan courtroom, according to the Malcolm Daily. I'm not. I'm forgiving. You're a good kid and have a chance. You made a bad choice, and we understand that. We have children ourselves. We are not hateful people. We're Christians. With so much of the bad that happened, so much good came out of this, because even though it was evil, hateful act, it actually brought us, the neighborhood, together with love and comfort and compassion, even including his parents. It should be noted mentioned that one of the defendant's parents, Michael Frederick Sr., was sentenced to time served one day in jail after he was charged with throwing his son's gun into the Clinton River. The Clinton River. What else in there? What else in that river other than that gun?
Arkansas massacre bodies.
Nonetheless, the Halls did not voice any ill will. There is no win-win. Oh, said Candace's husband, Eddie Hall. There's a loss on both sides. In fact, the couple wanted to hug Frederick Jr. A circuit cuz Diane Jazinski did not let that happen because of the security issues, but the Halls and Frederick fist bumped away. Investigators previously said that Frederick Jr. confessed to shooting at Eddie Hall's truck, committing a separate shooting at the home, vandalizing the man's pickup truck, slashing his tires, and smashing home windows with a rock. Man, get the fuck out of here. He shot at you, your house, destroyed all your kind of property. Are you serious? But let me tell you something, man. That forgiving bug
only
that
for
niggas
white
get
people.
for white people. Yeah.
Let's take it back to the one that got killed in Texas.
Botham Jean
family.
Yeah, hugging a woman in church, giving her a Bible.
The black woman in the courtroom brushing
her hair.
The judge giving her a Bible. But how many black people have went into this courtroom and they have just threw the book at them?
They threw the good book at them.
This gonna teach you something. But for white people,
we need to be compassion.
We need to be compassionate, understanding for them. They're losing their country. Don't you see?
Let me tell you something about religion. I'm not saying the scriptures. I'm talking about religion, which does not exist in the scriptures. The scriptures is about culture,
which is believe it alone.
But religion has poisoned our people so much. That turn the other cheek shit has been flipped, twisted, burnt, flipped to the side. It's
weak people. We are a weak.
When it says turn
people.
the other cheek, they have twisted that scripture so hard. When it says love your enemy, they have twisted that so hard that these niggas actually run around thinking that they should actually love people that hate them. They actually believe that. They believe that when somebody does heinous crimes to them, they should just immediately forgive them. No.
You know, it's hard for y'all make it so hard for the Most High to put judgment on the land when you keep praying for the people that he's trying to put judgment on.
Crazy.
Why would I judge these people and you saying you forgive them?
Constantly.
Have mercy on them. He's like, okay, I'll extend it longer.
It never goes well in the end, though. That man tried to kill you multiple times.
And you know what? And the thing about it is, where do you think he got that learned behavior from?
Exactly.
You said that you was, with the parents. They probably like, we got to do to get our son out of this situation. Like we like niggers. Let's do what we got to do, honey. Put on the act.
And all he got was 4 to 10 years. He shot at his truck, his house.
He was trying to take y'all out.
That boy got a hole in our people, boy. But some point it'll break.
They just wanted that. They just wanted to hug him in the courtroom and say, ugh. And that black woman hug.
Yeah,
we forgive
big mama hug.
That big mama hug.
Long
breast
hug.
down to her knees. Smelling like cocoa butter.
And
jail grease.
And she got some peppermints in the pocket.
I was about to say peppermint in her mouth. Damn, how you beat me to it.
Yeah, no, she got the peppermint. You want some peppermint, baby? But yeah, let's move on.
They don't really fuck with gum. They like peppermint.
Yeah, let's move on.
Or if they do, they like juicy fruit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That yellow.
That's the South though. I don't know about you West Coast Negroes and you Northern Negroes or Midwest Negroes. But South is juicy fruit spearmint.
Yeah, that's definitely memory lane. But let's talk about Black Wall Street. Coming home, survivors of the Tulsa massacre are taking trip to Ghana.
I got some words for you too. You too, Ghana. We ain't forgot what you did in 16, 19. We ain't forgot what you did.
Damn, you got some more for them too?
we damn sure should have some smoke for them.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and show the video of their trip to the motherland. Hold on, let me.
They tell you that's our motherland.
Ghana welcomes August 1921 Tulsa race massacre Viola Ford Fletcher, who is 107 years old.
All right, let me restart that.
A production, get it together.
Ghana welcomes survivors of 1921 Tulsa race massacre Viola Ford Fletcher, who is 107 years old, and her brother Hughes Van Edis, 100 years old. The two are the last known living survivors of the 1921 racist massacre in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is the first time they stepped on the African soil for a tour in Ghana. The visit is part of a homecoming campaign organized by social media platform Our Black Truth.
The biggest historic African diaspora that has come back to us. And, when President made the announcement on Beyond the Return 2018 in D.C. and celebrating Beyond the Return in 2019, we never thought of having one of our siblings who was forcibly taken away, generation from that, to come out 107 years old and have the passion and interest to want to visit Ghana, not only by herself, but also bringing the younger brother along who is 100 years old.
Historians say that as many as 300 African American residents lost their lives and nearly 10,000 people were left homeless in the 1921 incident that drew the whites against the blacks.
You got that footage of 1619, sir? We'd like to have that footage as well. Because this debt's owed all over. All four corners of the earth. Debts are owed.
Yeah. You see here. This
so is that older chocolate sister? Is that his wife? Because it's only 2 living survivors. Is that his wife he bring with him?
I don't know.
Because she's always with them. I thought there was 3, but I guess that's his wife.
No, the last 3 living survivors of 1921 race massacre led to the black. Yeah, all 3 of them are survivors.
But they said last 2.
Last 3.
Well,
2 of them decided to go.
Oh, so the other the one was like, she's like, I ain't no.
Yes, the younger sister.
And
the older sister wanted to go, and she brought the brother. I don't think I think she's not their sister, but
she's just one of the people that was surviving.
Yeah,
and she was like, it's funny how the darker skinned boy did want to go to Africa.
Well, no, only one wanted the older sister wanted to go to Ghana. He just went because she wanted to go.
Oh, but the other one like, I don't fuck with them. I know they did to us too. Y'all need to educate yourself before y'all go over there.
Hold on. This is the article here. Viola Ford Fletcher, one of the 3 last known living survivors of the 1921 Tulsa race massacre, is finally getting the trip of a lifetime. Both mother Fletcher, as he's known, along with fellow survivor Hughes Van Ellis, known as Uncle Red, are leaving for Ghana, Africa this week. The journey is considered a homecoming for the pair, both of whom are over 100 years old. Mother Fletcher, now 107, has memories of the 1921 Tulsa race massacre that left Greenwood and Black Wall Street decimated, with hundreds of black men, women, and children killed, while Uncle Red, aged 100, escaped with his family as a baby. So they're not brothers, I'm sorry, they're not siblings. So I guess she brought her.
Was Uncle Red in the military?
Yeah. Pretty sure he was.
Now you have to find that interesting. A country that decided to screw you and you decided to join their military.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
And we saw Uncle Red throwing up that pyramid in the video. We saw you, Uncle Red. We don't miss nothing. We watch hand signals and what you're doing. I mean, that's very strange.
The trip was created by Michael and Eric Thompson, founders of Our Black Truth social media, who met with the pair during a centennial of the 1921 race massacre in May and June of this year. Upon meeting the Thompsons, Mother Fletcher mentioned her lifelong dream to visit Africa, and the 2 worked to bring her dream to fruition. The trip is being sponsored by the Diaspora African Forum, whose vision is to be the bridge that unites the African diaspora in Africa. The African Diaspora Forum notes that Ghana is the true success story of Africa, confirming the stable democracy and economic development of the country. I swear, they market, even when they're doing something like that, they market. Like they market in their country. We got stable economy.
So we want y'all Negroes to come over here. The ones that can contribute to the
not
economy.
all of you.
Not all of you. The Pookies and Ray Rays, y'all can stay because we don't want you to come over here making more babies. You barely can feed the ones we got.
Mother Fletcher and Uncle Red trip to Africa is referred to as the coming home, a journey of the lifetime. While in Ghana, both will be honored. Mother Fletcher will be named Queen Mother.
Listen, y'all.
Yeah,
They already, I already wanted to say it. I know they went through some shit. I'm not saying they didn't go. Listen,
Queen
Uncle
Mother.
Red, Queen Mother, Mother Fletcher, Goddess, Mother Goddess.
Yeah.
Okay.
In tradition Ghanaian ceremony, Uncle Red will be given the title of chief. Mother Fletcher's Uncle Red will depart for Ghana on Friday and return a week later. So they already went, obviously. That's the picture there.
All we know is the one in the
of
middle,
parade.
she didn't go.
Yeah, I don't think she went. I don't think that one went. I guess she wasn't feeling it, maybe. Maybe she couldn't travel at her age. Maybe she got a certain illness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, certain
Unlike
illness. She don't want to go into Africa. That's what the illness was. Should just step in that land, make her ill.
But speaking of it, people was calling that a form. People were so proud of it. I saw a lot of Pan-Africanists celebrating it. Somebody said that ain't reparations.
Nope.
Remember a couple months ago, remember when this happened? Congress introduced this bill providing reparations for Tulsa massacre. What happened to that? They introduced a bill.
They gave them some, they offered them some chump change and they said they didn't want it.
Yeah.
And Biden's like, well, fuck it, I ain't coming then.
Yeah, that is what
He's
happened.
supposed to be going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. They're supposed to have a big thing. They was hoping that they would take this money and it would be like, oh, they took the money, present the check, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah.
They said,
like,
I think it was how much is it?
10,000,
something like that.
Something like that.
Like some money supposed to go into
It
a
wanted
fund.
It wanted the millions. That's all I know.
I think it was like some money put into a fund.
It was
how much.
they was gonna offer them 100. I think it was 100,000 each, and then they were gonna take the money and put it into. What
No,
you
it was
just said.
other money they're gonna put into a fund.
Yeah, they were gonna take, like you said, take more money and put it into a fund.
Yeah,
which we don't know what fund that was gonna be. I guess it's supposed to be for the city.
I don't know, but you said this was May 25th, 2021. This is what she said. I will never forget the violence of the white mob when we left our home. Viola Mother Fletcher testified before Congress last week. I still see black men being shot, black bodies lying in the street. I still smell smoke and see fire. I still hear the screams. At 107 years old, Viola Fletcher is the oldest known living survivor of the 1921 Tulsa race massacre. Her family escaped the terror of the white mob that descended on Greenwood a century ago, but lost everything in the process. Last week, she, along with her brother Van Ellis, they are brothers. Okay.
Yeah, that's her brother.
That's her brother. All right.
They look alike.
The fellow survivor, Mother Leslie Randall, that's her fellow survivor, Mother Leslie Randall, 106, testified before Congress.
Oh, they call her mother too?
No, I think they just pointed out that she's a mother. That's kind of strange. Make sure to put mother.
The other one, okay, the
her
darker
nickname is Mother.
Okay.
But they just refer to her as a mother right there. That's kind of strange.
It's not strange. We know why they call her mother.
Oh, we know. But I'm just saying, like, that should
Mother
be pointed
Goddess.
out. Yeah, that should be pointed out, maybe, possibly.
I mean, you know, you have some people like church. They say mother of the church, which was the same, tie back to the same shit. Mother Goddess of the church. But anyway, there are some people that are called mother.
It's funny enough, our aunts and uncles and our mama didn't refer to their mama as mama. They referred to her as mother. That was her name.
We thought it was so
Mother.
proper.
Not mother. Not mother.
We say mama.
They called, that was a name for them. It was mother.
We say mama. Or we had a nickname, we called her, but we said mama.
Now look at this. Lawmakers scrap qualified immunity deal in police reform talks. Now remember,
scrap the whole thing. That was
Tulsa
the whole
was supposed to get reparations. George Floyd Act was supposed to pass. Nothing has happened.
Biden didn't do shit for black people.
The only reason why people even give a damn about this bill
was because
is
of
to get rid of qualified immunity.
That was it. That was the sole purpose.
That was the big joker.
That was the glue in the whole damn
thing. It was like, all right, all this other
reform.
stuff is kind of, most of this is bullshit, but at least this part could be useful to us. And they just scrapped it.
No, we're not going to get rid of qualified immunity.
It's like, what is the point of y'all even being in office at this point, man? Let me show y'all this.
I tell you need to go. I done said it so many times in our videos. The Black Caucus need to be exterminated. They need to go. They do absolutely nothing for black people. Nothing. They worry about other people, other groups, Latinos. What was it Biden did? What was it called? Dream.
Yeah, the
Dream Act. They more focused on the Dream Act than they is reparations.
They did anti-Asian bill, anti-Asian hate bill. But niggas can't get anyway. As a negotiation for George Floyd justice, the Policing Act continues in Congress. There are emerging reports that changes to qualified immunity have little to no chance of making it into the final bill. This bill was written August 18th. It's very recent. Qualified immunity protects government officials from lawsuits that allege that individual violates a plaintiff's rights. As it relates to police, it protects officers' personal assets, including their pensions, from being awarded in lawsuits. Instead, lawsuits related to the violation of rights by police officers usually name their municipalities as defendants. 10 House Democrats wrote a letter to House and Senate leadership voicing their concern about ensuring the removal of the doctrine from the act. Per CBS News, they wrote, as negotiations continue, know this: there can be no true justice in America if we cannot save ourselves, just like there can be no true accountability in America if we not eliminate qualified immunity. Maintaining and strengthening the provision that would eliminate qualified immunity once and for all will put us all on a path towards true accountability and help end the systemic and systematic harm that has been long perpetuated by American policing. So all of that bullshit, and you ain't do shit.
Nope. We never expected from them to do shit. Y'all have too much hope in the American system.
It's just pathetic, man.
State attorney.
So qualified immunity is out. They ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. But I do want to talk about this. When we were talking about the immigrants coming in, not the immigrants, I'm sorry, but the
Afghans.
The Afghans and all the situation like that. Bishop Talbert Swan, he said this. He said, a Latino man in his late 40s or early 50s driving a car with Florida plates pulled into my church parking lot today. I was sitting in my car and he asked if I was the pastor. He began to berate me because our church has a Black Lives Matter sign. Let me tell you something. Bishop Talbert Swan.
Black and brown.
Bishop Talbert Swan. There be some times he go in and you be like, good on you. But when you say something like Trump, he just lose his head. It's like, oh my God. When you talk about something like religion, Jesus being black or something like that, he spit fire. When we start talking about politics, he turned into a damn wet noodle. No spine at all. When you talk about politics, he's one of those, it's better to vote Democrat type people. Even though both sides are stabbing you, the Democrats is putting the blade in a little slower.
Yeah. One is pulling a razor out on you.
Yeah.
And the one just keeps sticking you every time you turn your back, sticking you and running.
See, this person said, there is no black and brown coalition. I wish black folks would really stop saying black and brown because it waters down the specific oppression that we as black people get from all sides. This includes the brown.
Who started saying black and brown? I would love to know who started saying it's black and brown.
60s. Probably those Marxists in the 60s when they were pushing that rainbow coalition. Brown included Asians back then, I think. Anybody not black, basically. That's why they say black and brown. It was those Marxists, man. Listen, peep the caravan and get ready for a lot of anti-black racism from America's buffer class who's only a minority when it's convenient. Why would a group where 85% consider themselves white be interested in fighting against white supremacy? They show pictures of the caravan. You remember this? Let the Negro fight his own battles. His problems are not mine. I don't want to ally with him.
Ooh, Tariq said that.
That's
and then
real.
he said, hold your own nuts.
Yeah, now we saying it. Yes, racism among the U.S. Latino community against African Americans does exist. Listen to this another one. This is John J. Herrera. Latin American and Mexican descent belong to the Caucasian race and therefore white. Look, Gus Garcia, Mexican American. I know niggas aren't getting their full share of democracy, but frankly, I'm prejudiced against Negroes, and I do not believe that they are entitled to everything that we get. That's your brown. That's your brown.
That's why when I be seeing sectors of YouTube try to graft in the Latinos and
Native
certain
American.
things and Native American certain things, I lose my shit.
It's infuriating.
I can't even watch them. I get so irritated. I can't even watch them. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it gets bad. But on to more positive.
Shit sad.
I consider this more of a positive thing.
Oh, I can't. Listen. It's a positive thing what Tariq is doing. You know.
Tariq Nasheed.
It's very positive.
People, he got it.
And I'm not going to say nothing.
Tariq Nasheed got the...
Fuck it, I'm going to say something.
Wait, let me finish, man. Tariq Nasheed was able to raise $1.1 million to build the Hidden History Museum.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me say this. Let me stop. Let me just get through this right quick. Tariq Nasheed says a lot of things I agree with. I would say I probably agree specifically politically. Maybe some cultural things. I probably agree with Tariq probably, what'd you say? 70, 80%, 80, 90? 85, 90% maybe? What about you? What's the percentage where you say you agree with him?
60, 65, 70.
Okay, so 60, 65, 70. I say I probably agree with him about 80. He was able to he wanted the Hidden History Museum to be built. He needed $1 million, he said. Now, he actually needs more, but this is just the start of the campaign.
Foundation.
The foundation. This is just to start it out. He needed $1 million. He did it on Indiegogo. He had 1 month. I think he had 1 month to get it. He tell you why he's building it, the location he's going to be in, the people he's going to represent, true Black history, as you can see, which in one hand is very, very good thing.
Very notable.
Very noble thing to do. If you don't know your history, you'll never know your future. So I understand why he feels the need to do this. And that's a site he wants to build it at. It's a nice little size piece of land, especially in LA.
It's also gonna bring attraction and tourism to that particular part of
business. It's gonna help the local businesses. But what is your opinion on the museum?
Man, there was a dude in the comment who got me. My opinion on the museum was, before I heard the video and you just telling me you found it on Twitter saying that he wanted to build a museum for Black people, and I was like, well, is that really something that's needed right now? Because we could take that $1 million and put it towards something I felt at the time was more productive.
What would that be?
We need our own hospitals.
Okay,
we need our own grocery stores. We need to have our own farming lands.
Oh, so you think you would rather him use it to buy land for a farm?
Buy land for farming. There's a food shortage going on. You need to really start investing in farming and making your own food. If you live in an apartment and you have a balcony, you could start a garden on your balcony.
Well, let me say this. This is money he raised.
This is money
for something he deems as his goal. Now, everybody has...
That's important to him.
Exactly. So it's different goals for everybody. So I'll say this. If you want a garden or a farm, raise the money to build it. So this is what he decided to use the money that people knew what he was building it for. He released a video telling you the details of what he's going to do. So clearly,
that's fine.
10,000 plus people agree that they want this.
Me as a black person who he's building this for to come and see, right? History.
Yeah.
I have a right to say, this is the great thing you're doing, brother.
Did you donate?
I didn't donate.
All right, then.
But I'm still entitled to have an opinion.
No, I don't think so.
Well, that's your opinion.
I think if you didn't donate, you can't really...
Why is that so?
Criticize him for doing it.
It's something that is for the Black community. It's for me. Just because I didn't donate for it doesn't mean I should not have an opinion on it.
That sounds crazy.
So I should just shut the fuck up and not say anything.
I'm not saying you can't have an opinion. It's just...
Well, if I go there and I visit there and I'm investing money in it is this going to be free? Black people can just come in, or Black people have to pay to get in here?
It should be free.
Correct. So if I'm going there and I'm paying money to see it, I should have an opinion on it, right?
You ain't went there though. You ain't look. All I'm saying is, I get it. He set it up. They knew what he wanted to do. Clearly enough, people agree with him.
Well, what bothers me is, for me, Dr. Umar Johnson took him forever to get money to buy a school, which I think is more important than building a. Well, you could say a hidden museum is a part of a teaching moment for Black people. But for me, having a school where you're able to teach different curriculums to is for Black little boys, is that to me is more important than having a hidden museum.
Well, here's the thing.
It's just unfortunate to me that Dr. Umar Johnson took him forever to get it raised, and now he needs more financial backing. If he were to put up a fund saying, I need more funding because, we need to get such and such and such, he would be crucified if he asked for more money.
Here's the thing.
Right? He would be crucified.
Let me just say this.
But Tariq can ask for money to raise movies, and even though the stuff he asked for,
I'm about to say that.
He produces
let me go.
it.
Let me go now. Everything Tariq Nasheed he's gonna say he's gonna do, he's produced. Right?
Well,
let me finish.
Let
me finish. Everything Tariq Nasheed says he's gonna do, he has produced. He movies. I don't know if he has merch or whatever. I haven't heard no complaints about stuff not arriving, no scamming, none of that.
That's true.
But I will say this: this is the first time he took on a project to build a building. This is the first time I don't know of any situation where he decided to get into the.
They gonna correct you in the comment section.
Just wait. I don't know any time he's put money into owning or to building a property up like Umar has. Now we're gonna see how quickly that $1 million go into that property, and you realize I didn't even get nothing done, or I need another $1 million. I need another $2 million.
He was one of the people that criticized Dr. Umar Johnson when they got into their little spat.
Yeah, just hold on. So I can't really use his history with making movies and compare that to his possibility of finishing a project like this. This takes a lot of time. You got to vet so many the contractors. It's gonna take a lot of money. I hope people understand. It's gonna take more than $1 million. Well, he said this in the video. He let them know. Look, this is gonna probably take $10 million. I'm only asking for $1 million. I'm gonna need more later. So what happens when he's on? I need another $1 million.
Then I need $2 million.
Then I need another. At some point, I guess maybe he expecting at some point to be able to get a loan. Maybe if he can just get it off the ground, he might be able to get a loan. If he can't get a loan, maybe he's expecting some celebrity person to come in and start, when they see it getting built, to start funding it more. I'm just saying, the point I'm making is, this is not an easy task.
Well, we shall see.
This is not an easy task. We're gonna very quickly see how quickly we're gonna see very quickly how people turn and start saying you need some more money. How quickly are they gonna call Tariq Nasheed a scammer? Even if it's simply taking a lot of money to build a property up.
But he's getting it up.
He's getting it up. How fast are they gonna say, oh, Tariq's scamming? We'll see.
For me personally, I actually believe that he is actually trying to get the museum up. I don't think there's no scam to this.
None at all. He showed the property. He showed it. Clearly, he has. He's went through the project already.
For me, I already said what I said. I'm not gonna repeat it, but yeah.
I just think he raised the money. People know what he's doing it for. They clearly agree with him. So
yeah, those are the people that are choosing to back him and fund him because they believe in what he's investing in, and I can't, try to make them feel bad for what they've chosen to do.
So. Yeah, but there was a story we did a few months ago because somebody in the comment section, Tariq, he hit his goal of 1 million, and somebody put in the comment section, "Hey, could y'all put some money towards this?" A few months ago, there was a man. We did a video on him. There was a guy named Othal Wallace, a black man, who was accused of shooting a police officer. Now, we showed the video, and we was like, damn, they look kind of, But if you watch the video, you didn't really see him shoot nobody. But you don't know. He allegedly shot the cop in the head. was, critical condition. But he's still alive. He was on a run for like 3 days, and they caught him. And now he's being arrested. Now, this is a page the guy put in the comments where he said, can somebody please help him get defense? This guy, he said he's innocent. Even now, months later, he's still saying, I'm innocent. I did not shoot him. So here we go. Othal Wallace has been accused of shooting a police officer in Daytona Beach, Florida on June 23rd, 2021.
Florida.
Yeah. He is to be extradited to Florida to face trial. It is unfortunate to see that Othal has already been tried and convicted in the court of public opinion. Othal Wallace has maintained his innocence and initially fled from law enforcement fearing for his life. Law enforcement officials have been using the media to convict Othal without any official hearings or procedure. They have called him a coward, a career criminal, and a terrorist, all of which are slander on his character. This is an attempt to rob Othal Wallace of his due process guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution. It is an all too common occurrence for black men and women facing the American justice system. Please help us raise the funds necessary to hire competent attorneys to represent Othal Wallace in court. Without your help, another black man will be railroaded by the justice system and wrongfully convicted. He has raised $44,000. They need 100. Their goal is 150,000. They have 838 donations. Now I'm going to show y'all the video of what they said happened. Hold on. Yeah, okay. This is what they said happened. What the? All right. This is the video of what they said happened. Okay, here we go.
Accused of shooting a Daytona Beach police officer back in June. The state attorney just released pages of new details. Othal Wallace is charged with shooting Officer Jason Rayner in the head.
His latest hearing is pushed back to October. Fox 35's Vicki Carr joins us in studio tonight. So, Vicki, you went through all the documents today. So what stuck out to you? What'd you see?
Well, John and Luann, we got a hold of several documents and a ton of video. And that video shows us just how chaotic that night was. Never before seen body cam video shows the chaotic night Officer Jason Rayner was shot in the head.
He's still talking, but it's in his head, man.
Daytona Beach police officers scrambling, some rushing to get help.
We're behind 133 Kingston. Well, all we heard was Central, and then we kept trying to raise them. People were heading down here, and we just found them out back.
Others securing the scene.
Two back here, secure the scene, nobody goes back.
Meanwhile, neighbors at the apartment complex on Kingston wondering what's going on.
All I heard was the shot, and then I looked out the window and I said, there's a cop car back there.
Other officers set out to find the suspect, later identified as Othal Wallace.
We're working on it.
Okay, the suspect ran which way?
On Beach Street, as they just said.
This officer works to pull security video to help in what would turn into a massive nationwide manhunt.
Well, there's two cameras, one right here and then one on the other side facing the other way, so if they ran the other way, you would see it.
Wallace was eventually tracked down in Georgia. Tonight, he sits in the Volusia County Jail as his case moves through the court system. And it has been 7 weeks since Officer Rayner was shot. Tonight, he's still in critical condition at Halifax Health. Reporting live in the studio, Vicki Carr, Fox 35 News.
So as you can see, they're right. They have already convicted him. But he also has something to say. In jail, he's still saying he's innocent, and he's still looking to So yeah, we're gonna go into what his girlfriend had to say in an interview that Othal had with in a phone call, jailhouse phone call, where he spoke on the situation. Hold on. Pause it. Okay, here we go. Did that work? Yeah, okay.
It could have been a gunshot that woke me up. I don't want to say it for sure.
We're protecting the identity of Othal Wallace's girlfriend as she shares what she saw and heard the night Officer Jason Rayner was shot in the head.
Give me a towel! Give me a towel! I heard we need towels. He's on the ground. There was one officer on the police officer that was shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was like holding something on him, and then I gave him the towels.
Officer Rayner was taken to the hospital critically hurt. His body cam released shortly after. The encounter seemed routine until a shot was fired. Othal Wallace was identified as the man in the video.
What's his name?
His girlfriend breaking down as she's questioned. The officer saying Wallace needs to turn himself in.
Coming now.
Wallace was never found that night, but was eventually arrested 3 days later in Georgia.
I'm a father, I'm a brother, I'm a son.
This video is from the Volusia County Jail, a video visitation where Wallace is told his friends are organizing a defense fund.
I'm behind the wall. I'm in the belly of the beast right now, trying to get my justice, trying to get my day.
Wallace stressing his worth should not be judged by the fallen officer's body cam video.
I'm 29 years old, and they're using a 29-second video to justify who I am. And y'all know I'm much more than 29 seconds of a situation.
Right now, Othal Wallace is still in the Volusia County Jail, accused of attempted murder of a cop. He is being held without bond. In the meantime, Officer Jason Rayner is still in the hospital in critical condition. Reporting in Daytona.
So as you can see,
so they can't even question the officer because
no. Now he's saying he did not shoot the cop. He's saying he did not shoot the cop. And when you look at the video, I didn't see a gun in his hand. I don't know. Maybe he brought a gun somewhere or something else. I don't know. I didn't see a gun. But he's saying he did not shoot him. So we're going to take him at his word. I don't know. But yeah, man, we're about to just go run through some articles, right? No, we got to do this. Oh, Lord, this is going to be. You want to do this one?
Yeah.
All right. So there was a shooting in what do they call it? Province.
That's in Rhode Island.
Yeah. Province Police Department in Rhode Island. And there was some controversy that came about because the officers, their body cam footage was finally leaked after the incident happened. These cops were suspended with pay,
like they always are.
But they didn't want to release the body cam footage, and people are like, well, why you suspend them? If whatever. Now, I'm just going to show you the video. There was a reaction to the
way that the police
the footage before it released. They was already calling it appalling. So I'm just going to play.
Providence's top brass calling the actions of two police.
All right, hold on. Let me. I'm going to edit all this out. I'm going to edit all this out.
Police officers during the arrest of 3 teens. Appalling. Those officers are now suspended and a criminal investigation has been launched. 12 News reporter Anita Buffoni joins us now with what the mayor and public safety commissioner are saying about the case. Anita?
Shannon, yet another case of action brought against Providence police officers. This incident was captured on body cam video, but the police department is refusing to release that footage because of the criminal investigation.
I've reviewed the video and it is appalling. It's beyond upsetting.
Excessive use of force was used during an arrest of 3 teens earlier this month, according to the capital city's top brass. 2 officers have been suspended with pay as a criminal investigation moves forward with the state police and attorney general.
These 2 officers were taken off the street because of their behavior and what I've seen in the body cam that was appalling.
Police say 2 15-year-olds and 1 16-year-old driver allegedly sped through Providence, pointing BB guns at people, including an officer, and led police on a chase through the city 2 weeks ago. That car crashed at the end of the chase on Salmon Street. Public Safety Commissioner Stephen Parry says the teens were injured as a result of not only the crash, but some use of force that was used by police officers. Parry wouldn't say what sort of force was used. This comes after several recent investigations into the conduct of Providence police officers.
I can say that Sales Street, the Hanley matter, and anything that comes to our attention or we've found that's inappropriate, we're going to take action.
Now, the union president that represents the Providence police officers, Michael Iamundi, is criticizing Parry and Elorza for weighing in on the officers' actions. He says they should have waited until the investigation is complete. He said the union is standing by the officers, though he has not yet seen the video.
Well, we've seen the video now. And it is appalling, as they said. I'm just going to show y'all the video, how this crazy shit look. It is crazy, bruh.
I saw excess.
Hold on. That's the same video? All right. Yeah, all right. All right. Yeah, it's getting. Let me just show y'all the video now. What happened?
City leaders have described the actions of some of the officers as appalling. We have team coverage tonight.
12 News reporter Molly O'Brien is standing by with reaction from the police union and community activists. But first, Target 12 investigator Steph Machado is here now with what those videos show. Steph? Providence police released more than 8 hours of footage combined of the arrests of 3 teens that led 2 officers to be suspended pending a criminal investigation. The hours of body camera video shows Providence police officers repeatedly punching teenage boys they are arresting in the early hours of July 9th. One teen with his face bloodied. Officer Domingo Diaz, who has been suspended, spits at him as the teen is pulled up from the ground. Diaz, in another video clip, is seen repeatedly punching one of the teens before being physically pulled off of him by a sergeant. The violent arrests taking place after an hours-long chase through the city. The 3 teenagers in a BMW convertible accused of driving erratically and pointing a BB gun rifle at civilians and police. When they finally crashed into a fire hydrant on Salmon Street, police are seen on video pulling them out of the car. More than one officer throws punches.
You okay?
Yeah. In this clip, an officer interviews the driver, who says he's 15.
But bro, like, do you see the severity of this? Like, you guys are going crazy, man. The whole state was after you guys.
That's why I kept telling them, stop put that out the window, and they don't listen. They don't listen. They don't listen.
You just should have pulled over, bro. You were the driver, man.
The 3 juveniles were all charged, but have not been identified because they're underage. Shortly after the incident, police placed Diaz and Officer Mitchell Voyer on paid suspension. Attorney General Peter Nerona is conducting a use of force investigation into the officers. Here's what Public Safety Commissioner Stephen Perry said about the incident last month.
I saw excessive use of force.
All right, yeah, we saw it.
You said all 3 of them were black?
Yeah.
The one in the car didn't look black.
I don't know, but so they were going around shooting a BB gun.
Which they shouldn't have been doing.
Exactly. They were shooting a BB gun. The cops were called. They ran. The cops got a hold of them and beat them. And it comes to a point where obviously on one side, you had no business out there shooting no BB gun.
We've seen worse though. We've seen white people do worse.
We had no business out there shooting a BB gun, risking your. Somebody could have thought it was a real gun, and really did something to you. So
all the stories about the Trayvon Martin, all these stories y'all hear, and y'all would go around town
with a BB gun.
Would it be a BB gun?
So they went around. It's funny because I got a story like that.
Niggas just want to have fun.
When I was little, I was in the street. Remember that black BB gun our cousins them had?
Mm-hmm.
I had it in the street, and I was just pointing it around. I wasn't shooting. I had no BBs, but I was just pointing it around, And a cop pulled up in the streets and said, "Hey, let me see that." And so I handed it to him. Like, okay, it's a toy. He said, "Hey man, be careful. Somebody could have thought it was real," and kept going. I said, and the second
you're a kid though.
Yeah. What's that story in Cleveland? Story in Cleveland.
With who?
The little kid.
Trayvon Martin?
No, in Cleveland.
It's sad. It's so many stories.
Tamir Rice. when I heard that story, Tamir Rice, it immediately reminded me that I could have
been a Tamir Rice.
I could have literally been a Tamir Rice. So for them to be running around with guns is crazy, and they should be handled properly. But
that's why when I say in these videos you gotta kind of think ahead. You gotta try to not to put yourself in these positions where you can be shot by the police. You gotta try to avoid it at least. Even though we know there's stories where they weren't doing anything and they got killed, you still can try to avoid these situations.
Agreed. But on the other hand, there's no way in hell these cops should have been beating on them after getting them out of the car. They were no danger. Why are you beating on them?
Because they got to do their job, catch criminals.
Like
we've seen, dude. You remember we've seen chases on YouTube where they was blasting back at them.
Yeah,
these are older white males blasting back at these police officers, and when they catch them, they just put them in handcuffs and put them in the car.
I remember there's a video on YouTube of a dude running from the cops in a car. He get into a car crash. His body flies out the front windshield. The cops hop out the car and start beating him. He just flew out the windshield. And they start beating, and it was like,
because they get mad when they gotta do their job and catch you.
It's like, you know, he just came out the windshield, right? He ain't much of danger to you. What are you doing?
They gotta get their licks off for making them do their job, which is to catch the criminal. They get upset.
So yeah, so obviously on the one hand, they have to be dealt with for running around with a damn BB gun. That's stupid.
Not dealt with as far as hands being put on them, though.
No, there needs to be some level of counseling done with them. And some type of they're going to be reprimanded, obviously. But those officers need to come on.
Those officers got to go. And they are dangerous to society.
And it's even worse that they were minors.
They have a temper.
Like, that's crazy. He was beating on the dude, spit on the floor.
They were Latinos, weren't they?
Yeah.
Diego?
The two cops suspended were brown, quote unquote. They were part of the brown pride. I can't
believe that the brown community would do that to us.
Never would they?
Never would they do that.
Yeah.
Those are our brothers and sisters out here.
But we in the end times anyway, so anything can happen. Let me run through some stories right quick. Some crazy shit going on. Let me these last couple stories I meant to just prove how this shit really ending. They starting to speed up how fast they wanted to end, honestly. I can see here with the first.
The Most High is allowing them to speed it up because he getting tired.
As you can see here, Elon Musk unveils Tesla Bot, a humanoid robot that uses vehicle AI. Tesla CEO Elon Musk on Thursday unveiled a humanoid robot called the Tesla Bot that runs the same AI used by Tesla's fleet of autonomous vehicles. A functioning version of the robot didn't make an appearance during Elon Musk's reveal, though a slightly bizarre dance by a performer dressed like a Tesla Bot did. Now, some people think this is just a troll that doesn't actually exist. He's just doing this as a troll. But that tells me they probably do got something like this already made, and he just
probably
he letting it be known we got this type of stuff.
Probably.
But Elon is known for being a troll. By the way, Elon Musk got his wealth from apartheid South Africa. Nobody talks about that. His parents owned mines in apartheid South Africa. That's where they get their wealth from. But, you know, let that go. But look at this. Tiny lab-grown brains sprout functional, rudimentary human eyes that can see light. These people are trying to be God. They truly are. We already know how far they probably really are going in this testing. They just let
if
me
they
know.
Showing this shit now, they were doing this 20 years ago.
20, 60
years ago.
Russian defense minister announces plan to resurrect a 3,000-year-old Scythian army through cloning. That sounds crazy, don't it? They're trying to take an army.
That's like from the movie The Mummy.
Yes, they're trying to take an army from 3,000 years ago and clone them so they can use them now. That sounds like some sci-fi. Like, what the hell? Scientists want to send 6.7 million sperm samples to a vault inside the moon.
None of them niggas. Let me tell you, not one.
You know, in all those space movies, they don't have no niggas.
No, they not one.
Space movies, the future don't include niggas. It's apartments.
Don't worry, Negroes. They not talking about you.
Yeah. Then we're going to jump here, since we're talking about semen. Look at this shit that I found. Watch this.
Anti-vaxxers have all kinds of stupid reasons they oppose getting their shots, but maybe the stupidest of the stupid is that they think their pure semen will skyrocket in value. I guess that spam email was telling the truth. You really can make loads of money from home. It should be noted that studies have definitively shown that getting vaccinated does not, in fact, affect sperm quality or count. But some COVID truthers have claimed that the vaccine causes mass male infertility and that all males who have been vaccinated are effectively sterile. Sounds fishy, but I will point out they vaccinated people over 75 first, and ever since, none of them have had any kids. Now, with quality sperm supposedly hard to find, anti-vaxxers think unvaccinated sperm will be the next Bitcoin. So for the first time ever, you could invest in a spank bank.
Anti-maskers think that
there is a show out there called The Maiden.
Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale, where the women go, they're women not able to have kids.
And you know, some of the men can't either, but they don't want to. They act like they can't. They don't want to address the possibility that the men can't have kids. But the women were infertile in that show.
And when they do get pregnant, sometimes they lose the kids.
Yeah, it's a blessing, truly a blessing to have a child.
So a man can go out and have a wife, and then his wife allows a handmaiden, quote unquote, we could say not a Rachel or a Leah, but one of their wives. They allow them to go out and have more kids with other women.
How much would you charge for your semen?
About $1 million.
$1 million? Niggas say you got a special gene. You out your damn mind. That threw me off.
Shit, niggas get that out for $50.
I get it to you for $50. I settle for $350. I don't know. I mean,
niggas be like, am I have to go in the back room, or we go in the back room?
Oh shit! I could take a little bit off. I take a little bit off.
I can take a little bit off for you, depending on how we gonna get this done.
Go from $1 million to $75. I can do it for $75. But yeah, man, that's a long episode from us. I'm gonna do a lot of editing on this, but hopefully you enjoyed the show. Very long.
Got
show.
up at 9 o'clock this morning. It's about
what time is it?
About 1 o'clock.
Jesus, I don't know. We'll see how well this does. I mean, how well this looks, at least, because it's a little laggier.
And you're gonna be doing clips, right?
Yeah, definitely gonna do clips of this. Probably gonna do that Sunday. Start doing clips, and they probably won't stop till Monday. I do 3. I ain't gonna say how many I'll do, but I try to do some Sunday and Monday. And stretch it if I can. But anyway, man, hopefully you enjoyed the show.
Hopefully we get back to a regular schedule starting next week.
Yeah, so we should.
Are we gonna be doing pods when we go to North Carolina?
Yeah, 2. It's gonna be what, 2?
We might have family be on it.
Yeah, that'd be real. Y'all gonna
country ass niggas.
Y'all gonna be some crazy
country style. Shout out to Country Style. That is a great YouTube channel.
Yeah, I really like it.
You haven't heard of it?
Family. It might be kin to them.
I think they related us because we are from North Carolina, but our
family come from South Carolina.
Our family come from South Carolina. They just been in North Carolina forever though.
At least the last century.
Yeah, but listen, our family been.
I'm sorry, not. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah.
On our mother's side, our family has been in North Carolina forever,
since the mid 1800s.
I would say probably longer. Well, but on our grandfather's mother's side, he comes from South Carolina.
Yeah.
And then on our father's side,
South Carolina.
Carolina.
Shout out Sumter, South Carolina. But anyway, man, hope you enjoyed the show. Y'all be safe out there. A lot of crazy shit going on. All praise to the Most High. And peace, man.